Hello, everybody, and welcome in. We got a Thursday night, another, so far I'm calling it spins and pickups, but we got a little specialty topic for this evening that was suggested up by our friend Ryan down there at the bottom. But we got me, Corey. We got Joe, Martinez Joe Show. I would point the wrong way. We got music with Ryan. We got links for everybody in the description, so please be sure to check them all out. And yeah, I hope you're all having a great night. We're going to talk some music. So the topic that was thrown out, Ryan was suggesting was, and we can be kind of loose with it too, but maybe underrated bands or artists or ones you thought should be bigger than they are. So I guess actually it could still fall into just underrated as well.
Yeah.
But and then looking at the time, we might be throwing out some recent pickups, maybe talking about some things we're listening to, just digging into some music because we don't get to talk about that all the time. So I know we were talking backstage, but for the benefit of everybody joining in the chat, how you both doing?
Doing great.
Pull the curtain back, Corey. Let them know what we do behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we do all this and then pretend to like say, "Hey, how you doing?" When
we all just magically popped on here right at the second you hit
right
live.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, wow, we all made it again. It's awesome. But no, I'm excited. Like I said, always fun time hanging out with you two, talking some music. Don't get to do that all the time, and yeah, so we can, like I said, have a good time doing that. I see a few people popping in the chat already. We got Marie in here saying, "Hey, y'all, have a fun jam session." Thank you. We got Jimmy, Scottish Geek Guy, in here saying, "Howdy, folks. Good to see you, sir." We got Movie Hunter in here saying, "Evening, everyone. Good to see you, man." Jimmy was saying, "Last record I bought was just the other day. Occupied up the Cranberries' greatest hits." Oh, yeah. Cool. Awesome. I think it was on our last one. Might
You showed the Unplugged.
Yeah, I bought the Cranberries Unplugged, and so I was pretty excited to get that one in.
Yeah,
So
I have the
that.
Cranberries' greatest hits, and that's a great double LP.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were kind of talking about that too. There's no shame of getting the greatest hits because sometimes that's a great way to like run through. And I think I showed Beastie Boys' greatest hits. That was like one of them that I threw out there. And I know I have one for the White Stripes too that I got a while back where I just love that. Where kind of, I don't know, it's nice to get a good old greatest hits stuff.
Well, especially if they've been around for 30 plus years and, you know, and like me, got rid of the large chunk of your CD collection. That's a good way to get back into bands that you love. Just go buy the greatest hits.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just simple.
Absolutely. Got Miss Jess in here. Hello, Jess.
Miss Jess.
You know, good to see you. Yeah, Ryan, there you go. Agreeing with that great pickup with Cranberries' greatest hits. Jess was saying, just got Alice in Chains Facelift yesterday from Amazon. Nice.
That's a great album.
Nice. Jimmy
Is that the one with the dog on it?
No, that's Facelift is their first one that has We Die Young, Man in the Box, Love, Hate, Love.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe the face that's on the front of it. It's
kind
of funky.
It's the one with the hair.
Yeah. Because I know they just released the one that had the dog on it too.
Yeah, the three-legged dog.
Yeah.
Or self-titled.
I always love the. I was so happy when they repressed Jar of Flies. That was one that I always liked. But Dirt is one I don't have yet. I have it on old CD, but I wouldn't mind picking it up.
I wish I could find Jar of Flies Sap split because Sap was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
it has the song Brother that Jerry Cantrell did on it, and I love that song.
Hard to go wrong with them. Yeah. So Jimmy was saying Prince Purple Rain album. I was spinning that today.
Yep.
He's got some cool.
That's a great album.
He shows off some pretty cool albums too. A lot of great soundtracks and things too. So
the 21st was the anniversary of his passing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jimmy was asking, do you guys remember the first album you bought? And was it vinyl, cassette, or CD?
I remember every single one of those because of my memory. The first
better memory than me.
I was gonna say the first 45 I ever bought was from Caldors. It was 1979, and it was Crocodile Rock by Elton John. First CD I ever bought was at Strawberries in Worcester, and it was Attack of the Killer Bees by Anthrax.
Nice.
The first vinyl I ever bought, full length vinyl, was Motley Crue's Shout at the Devil.
Mm.
So those are the first ones. And then cassette was AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
Nice.
That I got at Caldors as well.
Ryan, you got any good memories of some, whether they're gifts or purchases or some early ones on a certain format? Or
I'm trying to get something pulled up here. There we go. So my first cassette I remember was Weird Al Yankovic, Fat, his first like big album, and then my first CD. When I first got my first CD player, it was Christmas of whatever year Pearl Jam and Nirvana came out. 92?
1990.
90. Okay. So I got my CD player that Christmas, and those were the first two CDs I got for Christmas. But my first actual CD I bought, I believe, it was either Mudhoney or Soundgarden. And I don't remember which one, because I started getting, I got heavily into the whole Seattle, Soundgarden, Mudhoney, Sonic Youth, Dinosaur Jr., maybe, the Feel the Pain. I love that album.
Yeah.
Which I think is getting a re-release. I think it's somewhere in there. But then my first vinyl, I didn't actually buy my first vinyl until I bought my record player I have now. And that was I bought Andy Hall, the lead singer of Manchester Orchestra, his side project, Right Away Great Captain, because it's only ever been pressed on vinyl. And that was the only reason I bought a record player, is because I wanted to have that album. It's a huge, like four vinyl big disc thing. I really like it. That was the only reason I even bought a record player.
I guess for me, it's hard for me to remember a lot of them, because some things were gifted down from like my parents or my brother. My brother's 6 years older, so a lot of cassettes. So that's hard for me to say a first cassette, but vinyl, I do remember, and whether it's the first one or not, an early one I heard at my cousin's house. So I had, in that household, there was three cousins, a boy that was my age. We always hung out and tore around together. He had two older sisters, and his oldest sister was playing Def Leppard Pyromania. And I asked my parents if I could go get that, that one. So that was an early one. I don't know if it was the first one. First CDs I remember, because that was a big Christmas. We didn't have like tons of money, so that was a pretty big deal. I got this big old chunky Discman and 4 CDs, and that was my Christmas, and I absolutely loved it. And so I absolutely always remember those. It was Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood, Aerosmith Pump, AC/DC Back in Black, and Pink Floyd Animals. Those were my first 4 CDs I ever had. It was a Christmas present. Somewhere
that was my whole Christmas 80s. Too. Nice bookcase or whatever, not desktop, I guess, countertop CD player, dual cassette, and 2 CDs. That was my whole Christmas. Because CDs back then, even 1990 was still, I think they were like $35 a piece. Still,
they were expensive.
Pricey.
Yeah, because I was that Anthrax CD, the first one I got. I remember paying a lot for it. That I still stayed with cassettes, because I remember even Nevermind and Ultra Mega OK from Soundgarden. I was still buying those on cassette, because they were still cassettes back then were like $14.99 in the 90s.
We would just go hang out with a bunch of friends. We'd all bring our cassettes, and then have the dual cassette boom boxes and dub them off to blank tapes, and then go home with it. It was a little sharing system at the time, but it didn't.
Oh yeah, the old tape trading.
Napster before the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I have a whole bunch of handwritten blank tapes, like Metallica, Kill 'Em All, or or something like that, like handwritten on there. And I also remember those CDs when I first got them. You remember they had the big, tall cardboard boxes they were in, the big rectangular boxes. So I didn't come up with this idea myself, but I saw one of the older friends of my brother doing this. So I started doing it. So you could listen into the car. I only had a cassette deck in the car at the time, and I didn't have the adapter kind of thing. Or anyway, you dub it on, you put it into your boombox, dub it onto a cassette tape, and then you would cut out part of that cardboard box to put in the cassette tape to have some of the album artwork on there or whatever. So I always remember that. That was kind of fun.
I actually I'll get into it in a minute, but I found a new vendor mall opened up in my town, and I went there, and the one booth actually had 3 CDs still in those long boxes, but they were like classical music. If they would have been something relevant or something I would have liked, I would have bought one just to like show it, like have it as a display thing. I mean, God, they stopped doing that probably. When Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 come out? 92?
That came out in 1990 as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say before 92.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember I saw him on that concert tour with Soundgarden, and it was in 1990.
Well, I guess it was also depending on what kind of store you were too, the packaging varied.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the cardboard long boxes were still big in the late 80s, and then in the early 90s around here, they still had the long boxes, but it wasn't a long box. It was like the security thing that it had the cassette, and then it had the big long plastic thing on it.
Yeah, our cassettes had, and they had the little key thing to unlock.
Yeah, and then it had the CDs were the same way.
Yeah. I remember that too. I was just seeing Jess said literally have Purple Rain on right now in the background. That's awesome. Jimmy was saying first cassette was Jurassic Park score. There you go. First CD was Blink 182. First vinyl was Braveheart soundtrack. There you go. See, look at that. The beginning of your love of the movie scores, because you got some cool ones.
Now, which Blink 182 was it? The all the small things one, or was it Cheshire Cat, or what's the other one?
Dude Ranch.
Yeah, Dude Ranch.
Dude Ranch was the first one. Yeah, Dude Ranch was the first one I ever bought because I love that song. Damn it.
Yep. Hey Prince, what's going on? He said, "What up, y'all? Give way to a kid who just turned 24." Well, I know your birthday already happened, I believe so, but happy belated birthday, man.
Happy belated.
Yep.
Yes. Enjoy it. It's all downhill.
Yeah.
And wish you many, many more birthdays, man. Jimmy was saying I went cassette, CD, mini disc, and then vinyl. I never did the mini disc.
Neither did I.
I just didn't have the money, I think, at the time when they were out and stuff.
I remember my first what do you call it, hand-me-down was 8-track. I remember having John Denver and the Bee Gees on 8-track.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I ever got.
I think I had hand-me-down 8-tracks at one point from my uncle, and I had no 8-track player. He's like, "Oh, you can play." I think it was right when I got my car. He's like, "Here, man, you can play these in your car." I'm like, 8-tracks haven't been a thing for a while, man.
I was gonna say my first car had an 8-track player, and it was a '77 Monza. It had an 8-track player, and I had to go to Radio Shack. And it was like $7 and something cents that they had the adapter that went inside, and you put the cassette on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
So you could play cassettes. Before they did cassette to CD, they did 8-track to cassette.
Yeah, because I had the cassette adapter for the Discman, and then
so that
darn bumps kept on making your disc skip and stuff like that. But.
Yeah, it did the same thing for me until they came out with the anti-shock, and then it was that. Then my car, it was okay in my car.
That's nice. I love it. Movie Hunter was saying, I want them to make a steelbook for an LP. Hey, somebody's probably thinking about it.
I was going to say, they make lenticulars.
Jimmy said something about they actually have made many steelbooks for a couple of soundtracks for the Marvel movies.
Oh, there you go, for the CDs. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about, I want to say they were the size of a CD. Or a little bit bigger, but they were hard to get. I remember when Best Buy had them, and I think my Best Buy store only got like 1 or 2 when the Guardians came out.
Nice. Got Mr. Hall and Oates in here saying, "Hey, Good to see you, sir.
Hey,
as always.
Hello.
We got a great channel member in here, the Mr. Box Office Brawler, saying, I like Martinez Joe a lot already. So, all right, he's already digging you. Whatever you're throwing out there, he's taking it. Or he said, wow. Oh, it was, wow, I like Martinez Joe already. There you go.
Maybe you won't after I show my picks.
I went a little different on a couple of them. We'll see what all we get to, but all stuff I like. And
I tried to pick stuff that I wouldn't think that you guys would pick, just so we don't overlap.
I was kind of going a little different too. Some a little more different than others. So, but yeah, I was kind of thinking along the same lines too. But which is good. Yeah, we get to hear a bunch of cool stuff. Mr. Adrian James in here saying hello there, you fine gents. Good to see you, sir, as always.
It's only 2 o'clock in the morning there for him.
I know. Well, same with Jimmy, that Scottish geek guy. He's over in Scotland, so
yeah,
same
so he's
way.
like 7 hours.
And then Prince that's in here. He's Philippines, I believe, I believe so. And so
so he's more. It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
He's having breakfast and listening to us or something like that right now. But I put a pin in that. I'll definitely want to. Oh wait, I didn't want to say hi when we got somebody new coming in here, but
Big Nook.
Hey everyone, good to see you, man. Good to see you. But all right, put the pin in it. So tonight we're gonna start off going around just talking about some bands, some artists, some that we might think are go under the underrated or underappreciated or why aren't they bigger kind of category. And since we got it laid out like this, Joe, would you want to kick it off?
Always me first. Well, I'm gonna.
Or you don't have to. We can go.
No, it's okay. No, it's all right.
Go first.
Ryan, I'm gonna go last. That's it. So it's you or Ryan.
Well, I'm next to you, so we'll just go counterclockwise. I'm gonna start with something that I know neither of you like. So, this is a band that I've always been a huge fan of. They came out in 1981 out of California in the 80s during the hair metal days, but they weren't hair metal. They looked like they literally just got out of work and went on stage. I thought they had a lot of good albums, and because of all the hair metal that was out, I don't think they ever got the recognition. They still play to this day, still have the original lineup, and it's Tesla.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Yeah. I like Tesla. Tesla.
I know that Movies of Ryan's not a Tesla guy, but
talking about my older brother. Not to keep cutting into that, but my older brother, when I was saying like I always would like get hand-me-down tapes and stuff like that. Great Radio Controversy was one I remember early on, and I dug that one quite a bit. And then I think in '90 was that the
Addison's Medicine.
The 5-man acoustical jam.
Yeah, that's right here.
Somewhere around there too. There you go. Okay. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
But it's a band that I've always been a huge fan of. I thought they were a great band. They didn't during the 80s hair when everybody was Aquanetting it up and wearing the spandex, they just played like regular guys, and I've always been a big fan of like the bluesy rock, and I thought they had like a nice bluesy kind of overtone rock. And like I said, I've always been a big fan of them. I've seen them in the 2010s, and they still sound exactly alike. I mean,
nice.
They're unbelievable live, and I thought they would just never got the recognition just because they were not like anybody else at that time.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed them. Yeah, that was like I said.
So, what's their big songs? Like at least two of them.
Their biggest song is "Love Song."
Yeah,
that
Love
came out.
Will find a way.
Yeah. Then they had "Signs" that was on 5-Man Acoustical Jam. That's a cover.
That they had signs everywhere. There's signs.
Yeah. And then Paradise.
I like Addison Medicine.
You are correct, Joe. It's not a band that I've really listened to.
Well, because I said, because of your sisters kind of poisoned you with the hair metal. I'm like, since that came out around the same time, it's like sometimes because they got bundled into that, they never really got as big as anybody else because they weren't really like those type of bands.
And Corey just threw back memories. I'm sure my lungs are coated with Aquanet. My sister used to go through a can of that a day, I swear.
Was it Modern Day Cowboy? I don't know if that's the official title, but I like that. I always remember liking that song.
That's a great song.
I love that one. But there's other ones I know I'll recognize, but I'm just blanking on titles.
I was gonna say that their vinyls are so expensive. All I have is their greatest hits.
Yeah.
But this has Modern Day Cowboy on it, Getting Better, Little Susie, Heaven's Trail, The Way It Is, Love Song, Signs, Paradise. That's just on one side.
I bet you'd recognize a lot of them, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you'd like them, but I bet you'd recognize a lot of them.
Yeah. They're like a bluesy rock.
They're good. They're good.
They're really good.
That seemed like more of a, I don't know, like you said, bluesy rock, but a rock band. It's kind of like when, I'm not comparing them and saying they're the same, but kind of the same feel like when Black Crows kind of came in.
I was ready to say that. They're like a precursor to the Black Crows. They're like the 80s Black Crows, because the Black Crows came out late 80s, early 90s. But
so Tesla to hair metal or hair bands is kind of like Black Crows to grunge. Kind of like,
exactly.
It was kind of the something different. It was like going back to old, but it was new again, kind of a thing, and it was something different than what was getting really pushed. But
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great pick.
So when I went and thinking about this tonight, I wanted to pick. I've got two super groups, quote unquote. One of the super groups is music that I don't care for, but I love the band. And the first guy I'm going to show off is two things one of them I guess I kind of do like, but I think I've been quoted on here. I don't care for reggae, but this guy, I think he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 albums. I've only got 3 of them. I need to find his other ones. He's kind of reinvented himself later in his music career, but I listen to a lot of rock, listen to some rap and all that. This guy's rap, but he is a Hasidic Jew rapper. I don't know if a lot of people have heard of this guy. I think he should be listened to a lot more. And that is Madash Yahoo.
Okay, hold on. I got to bring that up real big because I have never heard of that. There we go.
Madash Yahoo. So he's changed a little bit later. Go ahead, Joe. I know you probably heard King Without a Crown.
I've never heard any of his music, but the last CD that you showed, I've seen that CD before.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. But I've never listened to it.
I think born in New York, Hasidic Jew. I mean, like deep religion. Started off in like 2004, 2005. I don't listen to reggae. I listen to rap. I don't listen to any kind of Jewish music. And I know this is kind of controversial way the state of the world is, but I can separate artists from other shit. But King Without a Crown is like my favorite song he's done. It got a little bit of radio play, and he's had another song, One Day, that was off his like 3rd album. Really good rapper. Really in the early stuff, religious. Later in life, he shaved his beard, lost the locks. He reinvented himself, got away from the hardcore Hasidic Jew stuff, and is still Jewish, but has become more enlightened, and his music's more, like, I would put it like a more spiritual sublime in a way is the way I would kind of put it. But like, I love his stuff. It's just something different. It's not something you expect me to go, oh, I really love a Hasidic Jew reggae rapper. Like, that's not something I normally do.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. But yeah, Madash Yahoo. If you haven't heard him, just check him out. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but King Without a Crown and One Day. One Day is a beautiful song. But he's got a really good voice and very spiritual.
I'll say with all these things, I love hearing something that's I haven't heard of before. And you're right, it might not be your thing, but you don't know if it will be your thing or not until you give it a shot, you know, give it a listen. So
I just wrote it down because I want to check it out.
I remember when, because live, he's got like 5 live albums too, and that was the first album I bought, which is Live at Stubbs. When his third album came out, I think this is One Day, or no, Light is the name of it. I went to Walmart and bought it, and I put it up, and the lady was like, "What the heck is this?" I'm like, "He's a Hasidic Jew rapper, and he's got reggae tones," and she was like, "Okay." But yeah,
for
he's
shopping.
just something that's always been on my shelf. He's always been on the playlist. It's just something that's different. It's kind of
Oh, it's cool.
outside that bubble that I know I've stuck myself in on this show many a times, where I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like that, even though I like a lot of stuff. He's in that, what's that thing called, a Venn diagram?
Yeah.
Like he's in that one circle.
The
So
one
modest
off
show.
to the edge, but still within the
Yes.
still within it. No, that's awesome. I love that. All right. So just to jump up right off the bat, I know I've talked about them before, and I thought at the time one or both of you said you hadn't heard of them, and I might have even showed one of their albums before, but I got 2 of them here.
No, Prince, I do not listen to Bob Marley.
Oh, sorry, and I'll get back to the chat. We'll kind of do
you're-
rounds to keep going through everything, and then we'll hit. But and sorry, these might really glare. Some of them I got in protective sleeve things, but it was "Need to Breathe" is one that I had brought up before. So there, I know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it's kind of a weird mix of like rock, folk, and Americana, maybe you'd call it. Like I said, not going to be for everybody.
Is it
just
kind of Abbott Brother-ish, like folk rock, or is it more
They go
Counting
no,
Crow-ish, or not? Yeah, Counting Crows.
but more rock than Counting Crows, I would say, in some of the songs. But they'll go softer in some things too. But the thing that hooked me on it is I got to see a bunch of smaller shows of theirs, like live at small bars and small venues, and their live shows sold me. They just had a lot of energy, a lot of like interacting with the crowd. They were just going and giving it all. And I'm not saying other bands don't, but sometimes you just have some of those experiences where like, man, it's like they want to be here, like imagine that, and are caring about what everybody's doing and getting everybody hyped up. And so one of the other albums, this one I actually haven't opened up. I have a few of their live albums. So this is Live from the Woods Volume 2.
Is it Need to Breathe is the name?
Yep. So it all together and with an E at the end. So I can make it big. Here we go.
Okay. I thought that was
and I'm covering
Target.
the E.
I thought that was the Target dog at first.
Nah, I know, right?
It's the Target horse.
It looks like it. It's a Target horse.
Maybe they had inspiration from it. But yeah, Need to Breathe. But like I said, won't hurt my feelings if it's not your thing. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but it's an enjoyable one. They have some slower songs. They have a lot of upbeat ones, and their shows, I don't know, it was cool. They brought a lot of energy to it. So there's two of them in the bands are brothers. And I believe their dad was a pastor. They're definitely not a Christian band, but there are some themes that will pop up in the music. And so I never know if sometimes that holds some people back when they're not afraid to show some of those feelings, but some of their songs have doubt and anger, but others have redemption and love and, family. And, I don't know. It's good. I know I have one friend that thinks it's too mainstreamish, which is fine. I just have a good time with it. I'm surprised they didn't get bigger. At one time, I thought they were going to blow up, and not necessarily, but I was so surprised. We'd been seeing them in all these small bars, and I can't remember if it was the 1989 tour, but they actually were one of the opening bands for Taylor Swift's tour way back. And I was like blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm like, they're going to get exposed to all these, but I just don't know if it was the right, and there's nothing negative about the crowd that's there, but I just don't think it was the right
their atmosphere.
mix. Yeah. I don't think it was the right mix or the right connection there. It was cool that they got out in front of all those people, and maybe they did get some new fans I hope they did. I'm sure they did, but that's just, it seems like an odd lineup to be in there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just off base on that one, but that blew me away because I was like, man, that's a huge tour. But yeah, they're still touring around today. They hit a lot of. They're out of Tennessee, and so there's a ton. Tennessee, Florida, Texas, down south there. But every once in a while, a couple times I saw them, and they've been in Iowa. So what's kind of cool, one of the CDs I have, they did a live album where each song was a different stop of the tour. Same lineup or song lineup, that they did, but each one was a different stop. And the very final song, one of the longest ones, and they started talking to, us people in Des Moines, Iowa. That was the show I was at. So it was kind of cool when I was listening to him, like, oh my gosh, I sent a thing to my friend that was with us, him and his wife that was with us. And I was like, listen to that. That's the show we were at, so I don't know. I got to kick
That's
out.
awesome.
I just checked one of their songs out. Avid Brother-ish meets kind of like a Mumford and Sons meets kind of like a Southern gospel.
I could take that.
Like,
yeah.
I like it. I like it.
And they have some that kind of go in some different directions, but I'll say, I love their album stuff, but I still end up going back to a lot of the live albums or the live recordings just because of the great experiences I've had going to see some of their shows. So, because it just reminds me kind of some of that excitement, and they kind of will jam for a little bit with songs, and how other bands do it too, but where they mix it up a little bit. Sometimes it gives a different feel to the song from the album version.
Yeah, I didn't see the song name, but whenever I pulled up their thing on YouTube, they had a bunch of the RCA sessions. So it was a bunch of live stuff from the RCA studios, and it sounded really good. So I'll have to check them out some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check them out. I wrote them down.
Yeah. And it might, like I said, I'll never get offended because nobody's going to like everything. And, I think we've all had a lot of things we all love and other things where it's just hit or miss, like, who likes what, but that's how it is. So,
well, and as I've gotten older, and I've noticed, even though I don't like not that I don't like, I just don't prefer to listen to a type of music. There's always like one band that I still like that may be in a certain genre of music that I'll listen to, but I for some reason I don't like anything else in that same genre.
Oh, sure.
It's weird.
It makes sense.
But that one connects with you. So, all right, that's one round. Awesome. There we go.
Nice.
I'm gonna hit the chat just real quick, and I know we had a fun, which I'm not complaining about. It was fun chat so far. So thank you, everybody. I know we probably took us. Hopefully, the other rounds will go a little bit quicker, but we were having a good, chatting back and forth with everybody. But Box Office Brawler, thank you very much for 6 months membership. Truly appreciate it. But he said, don't watch Lee Cronin's Mummy. It's awful.
I've been hearing a lot of bad like people have been saying it's but it's like disgusting. It's not good. It's a foot fetish movie or something.
Oh, gross.
I didn't know what it was involving, but I've just heard a couple people tell me they're trying to gross you out with the movie.
Yeah. I guess there's something have to do with like feet in there too that's supposed to be disgusting. And yeah.
All right, so Joe is out.
I'm checked out. That's like my biggest problem with Quentin Tarantino films. It's the whole foot fetish.
So is this Mummy? Is it the Universal Studios Mummy, or is it just this completely own original story? Or
I could be wrong.
It came out of nowhere. I hadn't heard anything about it.
I could be wrong, but the trailer I saw looked like it's on its own.
Okay.
Like it was not part of the Universal Monsters. Maybe I'm wrong and they'll tie it in somehow, but from what I saw in the trailers, it looked like it was separate.
Its own thing.
Yeah, its own thing.
Well, they tried to reboot the Mummy with Tom Cruise or whatever, and I heard they were going to try to reboot it again. I didn't know if this was another start or what the deal was.
I don't.
Yeah, another shot at it.
It didn't look like it, but I could, like I said, I could be wrong. But great channel member here, Ari's World, hello, says, hope you're all safe out there. Yeah, I was saying it to everybody when we were coming on before we went live. I was like, you might hear some extra noise. We got some thunder and I see some flashes of lightning and some rain, but so far that's all it is. And you said, we are good, tornado warning. Okay. He's out west of me. We're in the same state. So yeah. So we'll see. Maybe in a couple hours I'll have the tornado warning. Some downed trees, but Well, hopefully, stay safe, man. Hope everything's good with that. And then reminding everybody, if you feel like it, hit the thumbs up. It's always appreciated. And like I'll say at the beginning too, I have links for Ryan and Joe in the description. So make sure if you haven't checked them out before, please do. And that's where I brought it up earlier, but Jess was saying that she heard of your rapper.
Ryan.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was blanking on the name.
It's a mouthful.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yahoo.
We got Tiana in here, another great channel member, saying, "Hey guys."
I remember now where I first heard him. So, quick story.
Yeah, go for it.
I was working security and fire and rescue at a plastics plant, and 91.5, which is the University of Evansville's radio station, which I don't even know if it's still around. On Sundays, they had this girl in there, which I actually became friends with. I used to call in all the time and just give her crap. She ran a 3-hour block on Sunday nights from 8 to 11, and she played faith-based, Christian-based music, Skillet, Mars Ill. But that was where I heard Martinez Yahoo for the first time. And I actually called in. The first time I ever called in, I was like, "Who did you just play?" Because it was King Without a Crown. And she told me about it, and then we became friends. And I probably haven't talked to her in a while. She had a kid and like fell off the face of the earth. But actually, that's where I found there was a couple of bands I found through that. Avett Brothers was one of them too. But yeah,
which are good. Yeah, I like listening to them too. It's good to have a good mix of genres, you know, because or at least I don't know how you all are, but I'll get in a rut and I'll listen to the same thing, like not necessarily the same album, but the same type of music for a while, and then I'm like, I just got to have something completely different. You know?
I'm always all over the place. I'm always
awesome.
I'm always shifting tracks.
That's awesome though. I love that. That's awesome that you do that. I try to mix it up once in a while, but I just think I fall into that rut sometimes where I'm just like, I think I'm hitting the same thing. I just need to like go completely opposite. So,
well, the last 2 times we've had this, I've been on a Deftones binge, and it finally burned me out. I started going back and pulling more CDs off the shelf to burn onto my reader for my car. And I looked at it's a 2 terabyte hard drive. I was like, man, I've almost got 3,000 songs in there. I wonder how much space I got left. I looked, there's like still like 1.81 terabytes of space. I'm like, okay, so I'm actually just putting my whole CD collection on there to give myself, because there's some albums I've listened to once or twice, or I'll skip around. And what I had originally started doing on that hard drive, I was just pulling my favorite songs off there. Well, after a while, that gets boring, listening to the same favorite radio song. So,
yeah, because I was going to say a 2 terabyte hard drive. I have one hooked up to my TV from my old Kazaa and LimeWire and Audio Galaxy and Napster days. That has 3.4 million songs on it that I've illegally downloaded.
Yeah, I won't ever fill mine up then.
But it will depend what you're downloading though too, because there's some new like high def lossless files that take up a ton of space, and for most systems you won't hear the true difference in them, you know.
Yeah, because everything that I downloaded is I think it's like 700 or something. It's like CD quality. That's everything that I downloaded.
No, there's some crazy. I have a good buddy of mine that is definitely into hi-fi. Like he's got some cool gear, and he can actually hear the difference in a lot of that stuff, and I've gotten to experience it. It's very cool, but it's more expensive, and those tracks take up a lot more data. A lot more data. So that's where you could probably start filling up one of those if you had all those songs but I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because most of the time on the stuff I have, it wouldn't make a difference to me. I wouldn't notice a big difference or anything.
It's the 4K of music.
It is. Yeah. It is absolutely. And if you don't have, but it's just like you could buy a 4K and pump it through a CRT TV. Well, it's not gonna. You can still see it and enjoy it, but it's not going to make a difference. So why? Anyway, it's kind of that argument with it sometimes. But Prince was saying, I love their song Everknown from Caves. I Need to Breathe. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I know that one. That's a great one, bud. We got Larry in here, another great channel member. Larry. Poor cat dad.
Larry.
evening, gents. Good to see you, man. All right, I'm going to jump here really quick. Jess was saying Father John Misty is my out-of-the-box artist I like. Oh, that's another one I'll have to check out. I don't know if I've checked them out before.
Father John Misty. I've heard of him or them.
I've never heard of him.
Larry was saying some people have compared it to Evil Dead. Maybe The Mummy, I think he's talking about there. Prince thinks Cheap Trick and Thin Lizzy are criminally underrated. Those are some of his suggestions.
My brother used to have the Cheap Trick poster hanging in his room, that bathroom white, black, checkered.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that album cover was.
Mm-hmm.
I still laugh. I know I've told this story before, probably to both of you before, but one of the first times I remember my dad getting so mad on a price of a concert ticket I bought was in the 80s for Cheap Trick at the Iowa State Fair, and it was $15 for the ticket. And he was like, why in the world would anybody ever buy a $15 ticket to a concert, And then later on in his life, he's buying $80 ones to Kenny Chesney at a country concert that he likes.
Yeah, a guy at work, because Metallica is playing Mohican Sun. Mm-hmm. Playing Mohican Sun for their 25th anniversary, and they haven't played there.
Just as high.
He since they haven't played since 1996, and he's a legacy member, and he's a huge Metallica. I call him Metallica, even though his name is Joe. I call him Metallica because every day he wears something Metallica on. Nice. But he bought two floor tickets at $2,200 a ticket.
Oh man, I can't do that. I just can't.
No,
and at the Sphere, they were charging what, minimum $1,200 for this. Their Sphere.
I was going to say
the secondary market was
nuts with that. I was going to say he has He has a 2-day pit tickets for the Sphere for the second round of tickets, and he paid $12,000 for the tickets.
Jeez. I just couldn't do it.
And that's without airfare and hotel. That was $12,000 for the tickets alone, with a $2,000 service charge.
Oh my. $2,000 for the privilege to buy the ticket.
And I told him, I'm like, I would never. The last time I saw Metallica was And Justice for All tour, and it was $17.50.
Okay,
and I'll stay there.
Just $12,000 by itself. Could you imagine the cool trip you could probably take your family on with for $12,000? Like, that's their money. They could do, but
yeah,
I
would never.
I could not. That's a lot of money.
There's a clip floating around on YouTube that pops up on my feed every once in a while. It's reporters talking to Nirvana. They're talking about Madonna.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's like, she's charging $35, and he's like, man, we're charging like $8.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain's eyes bugged out. Who is Madonna?
Yeah. And this is like at the height of their fame too, and they're only charging like $8 or $12 to get into their shows, and Madonna's charging like they're in. Chris knows it's like, well, it is kind of like a burlesque show though for her, so it's understandable.
Yeah, I saw
$35 for service fees.
Yeah, I remember when I saw Nirvana on the In Utero tour with the Breeders and Mudhoney, like 4 months before he died. 4 months before he died, and the tickets were under $20. I remember it was dirt cheap.
The Breeders, Cannonball. I love that song.
Yeah. I bought that CD. I still have it. And it was years before I dug into the rest of that album. I don't know. I was a stupid teenager who would just like repeat that one, Cannonball,
Yeah, I saw that. I saw them twice during Nirvana. And they opened up for Bush one time, and I got to see him with Bush.
Cannonball rock though. I still
that was a great song.
That comes on. I'm like, yeah.
That bass line.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a good.
God, we're old.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
I was like, I saw big. Okay, well, as long as the electricity keeps going,
we're good.
And now my dog's barking, so we're gonna get all kinds of noise here. So there we go. Larry was saying, I think to you, Ryan, there, his live at Stubbs performance is the first I heard of him.
Yeah. that like he had 2 albums I think out before the Live at Stubbs came out, and the Live at Stubbs was like his biggest album. I don't know. I really don't know how much he sold, but I mean, he's just one of those things I like.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Another great channel member, Usarn G in here, saying I was just arriving and heard you were talking about tornado warnings and remembered I need to check on the weather. Well, hope you're having everything good there. Nothing bad. You're going to hear my dog saying hi because he does not like the thunder. Anthony, what's going on? So, I accepted the into a job training program. Oh, awesome, man. Congrats.
Awesome, nice.
Good luck. Good to hear. I always love hearing great news. Yeah, always throw that in the chat. Love it. All right. So, there you go. Ari's world. Yeah, we gave Ari some drugs from the vet to help with anxiety with the storm. Yeah, a lot of dogs need it because they'll make themselves sick. But all right, I'm gonna put a pin in that one so we can get on. I want to hear now. We're gonna go back to Joe and see what your next pick is.
All right, this is a band that all three of you know, but they just never really made it big, and I don't know why. They came out in 1988 out of California. I found them in 89, and their first album, I love their first album. Kind of a theme going here because Tesla's kind of bluesy. This band's very bluesy. Female singer. Their second album had a song that literally is on so many soundtracks, and even with that, they never really became big. Guitarist died in the late 2010s of cancer, but it is Mazzy Star.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
They just never really became really that big. Fade Into You is like on so many different soundtracks, but their first album is just one of my favorite albums of all time. They were, like I said, they never really got huge. They just played small clubs. But and there was the guitarist and the lead singer, Hope, were dating for a while, so that gave some friction in the band as well, and they didn't play for a long time. But when Fade Into You became big, they kind of didn't, similar to like Kurt Cobain, they didn't want that notoriety to become a big band like that. So they kind of faded into obscurity even more. But I always thought they were a fantastic band, and none of their albums are bad. It's just most people know them for that one song, and that's it.
That did get played a lot. Like I said, now that you say that, it pops up in a ton. Like you said, a ton of soundtracks.
Yeah, I just watched The Family Man around Christmas time, and it plays in that record. It plays in there.
And over the years in interviews and stuff, like I've heard musicians quote like Mazzy Star's first album is like huge inspiration to them, and like that. I've heard it quoted hundreds of times from different musicians, but they just never.
No,
a lot of those late 80s, early 90s bands either didn't want the fame because of the whole grunge thing blowing up, or their record labels. I was thinking about pulling a couple other bands like Hum, one of my favorite 90s bands.
Yeah.
Blew up with Stars.
Yes. Yeah.
The record label wanted them to do something completely different with their second album. They're like, no, we're not like that. And the record label just basically turned their back on them, and they just went off a cliff. They should have been huge. But because of the record label, like, oh, you guys aren't the next Nirvana. See ya. A lot of bands got that Nirvana hit in the 90s, and it sucks because there was a lot of great bands that should have been huge.
Yeah. That and trying to market them as grunge or like things,
and they weren't.
Like that. No. I always think the one example.
They're Shugazi, whatever. They're having a big comeback right now because a lot of the millennials are going back and trying to get in that 90s Shugazi type stuff, and they're starting to have a little bit of a resurgence, which is good. But
I always remember people poking some fun at there's the one early music video for Collective Soul where they're like they're not grunge.
Oh,
but,
Shine.
Yeah, I think it was Shine, which I actually like Shine. I dig it, but when people watch the video, they're like, it looks like they were like, "What's grunge?" And they grabbed a J. Crew magazine and had them like run around. And I think later they said that was not our idea. That was the label, like that. There's like this is what's hot right now, but they were just
I think we talked about
so
it
many
before.
bands like that.
The lead singer guitarist guy, he actually recorded the whole first album himself. And then when he went to sell it, the label that took him on was like trying to change everything about him. He's like, no, this is what I am, and this is what when I get the band together, we are going to be. And another band that should have been huge. That first album was great, and then they just again made a couple of other good albums and just kind of went away. Same thing with Counting Crows. I forget the lead singer's name. He did a really good interview.
Adam?
Yeah, Adam Dirks.
Yeah.
Dirks or something like that. Yeah.
He did a really good interview with Rick Beato, and he talked about
I saw that.
How the first album blew up, and then the record label was trying to just bombard him with like, you need to do this and this and this and this to stay big and all that, and they didn't want to go that way. Second, the album the follow-up to whatever the name of that one is, the Brown
something stars or
yeah,
I don't know.
The album
Satellites.
actually
something to Satellites. I'm blanking on it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But okay,
their subsequent albums are all great, but they never blew up like they were because
recovering the
record
satellites.
labels.
Sorry.
Yeah. A lot of times it's the record labels that once they get that one hit, they just want them to, copy and repeat, make the same thing because they want to make
print more money.
More
money.
But a lot of times people want to keep their integrity and keep that same style.
If you don't mind watching or interested in at all, and I'm sure I brought this up before, but on HBO Max, and you might be able to see it other places, but I watched a cool documentary they had on there they came out recently. It was, or somewhat recent. It was last year, but it's from their Music Box series, and I had to look it up here, but it's Counting Crows. Have You Seen Me Lately? It's a HBO original Music Box documentary, and it's about that blow up of the first album, the craziness, and some of his anxiety and things that like it just more stuff, there's just more than they were ready to handle kind of a thing, and just the things they went through. And it was an interesting documentary. I'll say that. Yeah.
He's a very interesting guy. I didn't realize he had so many personal problems, like like mental blocks and problems like that really kept him back. And again, another person, he didn't expect this huge fame out of it. And I like their new song they have out, Spaceman in Tulsa. Off their new, I need to buy their new album.
I don't have but I've heard that song. Yep.
Yeah.
Talking about. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, I got to see them live once when their first album blew up big. But yeah, they put on a good show. I mean,
Mr. Jones and me.
I was gonna say the problem is not my bag, but
well, no, that's cool too. But I think what probably did it in though too was how much it got played. Like sometimes I think there's some that it might not be your thing, but you might not mind it. But then when you hear it, like every fourth song on the radio and every fourth music video on MTV, like you just get to the point where you're like, I hate this. I don't want to hear it ever again. And I think they fell victim to that a little bit. It was just such heavy rotation for a while. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
that is a cool documentary, though. Even if you don't care for the music a whole lot, it is interesting hearing the backstory and some of the other things. So.
Yeah, a lot of those bands that came out around that time, like the Counting Crows and Blues Traveler and all, I never really gravitated around that time. The bands that I was really listening to that I liked, that wasn't my typical stuff, was all the female singers that came around that time, like the Alanis Morissette's, Jewel, Fiona Apple. I was really big into, listening to that kind of PJ Harvey. Yeah. Yep. So I was
great ones.
Yeah. There was a lot of good female singers back then.
A lot of great voices. I mean, you like go back and listen to those. And then there's some of the bands too, like Veruca Salt. I got into them.
I loved Veruca Salt.
They were cool. You were talking about Breeders earlier.
Is neither black or white.
But there's other good ones too. I mean, but they were a fun group. I was hearing some back. They're a cool story to kind of look back into as well if you want to go down a rabbit hole and search some stuff up on YouTube. But I think that's another one where they got pushed into, oh, this is selling, and I think got kind of shoved one direction, and they're like, that's not what we're feeling, kind of.
That and the band kind of fell apart when Louise started dating Dave Grohl also.
Mm-hmm. They had some good songs though.
Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah.
Where are we at?
Ryan.
Sorry, I get thrown out. Right. It's fun though. That's why I love talking with you guys. We kind of go all over the place, but that's right.
So my next pick involves my favorite rapper. I know we're going to rap again. He has a side project with another guy, Rob Sonic or Bobby Freedom, depending on what you want to talk about or call him. Anybody know who Mary Mallon is?
I do not.
Typhoid Mary. So they started a band called Hail Mary Mallon. And they got 2 albums. So it's Aesop Rock and Rob Sonic. And just, I love them. I think more people should know about this project. If you like rap, if you like Aesop Rock, I've talked about him quite a lot. Hail Mary Mallon is awesome. Are You Gonna Eat That is their first album. Beastary is their second album. The first album, Rob Sonic's more prominent in they dual, go back and forth with verses and that. Beastary, Aesop's more forward, so you can take your pick, but they got a bunch of songs. Probably my favorite's Whales, where they're just like money, 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 money. It was on one of my Black Friday things I did, but yeah, Hail Mary Mallon. People should know about them. So if you like Aesop Rock or if you like rap, weird white rap rock stuff, Hail Mary Mallon.
You're selling it really well. Weird white rap stuff.
I'm white. I like rap. No, I gravitate towards the weird white rap stuff. But
nothing wrong with it. But when you said that, I don't know why. It made me chuckle.
Yeah, but I love the how they took Mary Mallon, Typhoid Mary, and made that like their namesake of the band. So it's yeah, Hail Mary Mallon. Joe's like, okay, Ryan's 0 for 2 with this rap crap.
No, hey, I like rap. I like, I'm not a contemporary rap. The only thing I really like is NF, but I'm more of an 80s old school rap guy.
That was one of them from the last stream. Sorry, I'm good at side tangents, but I marked a bunch of those songs you were naming off on that, and I've been listening. I'm enjoying it, man. I'll say that. So that's what's cool about getting introduced to new things. Like
I have his full discography on vinyl, and I love his music.
I'm gonna have to correct Miss Jess before we go.
Oh. Where are we at? Which one? I haven't been keeping up on the.
Hold on. It's Aesop, as in Aesop Fables Rock, not ASAP Rocky. Aesop Rock's been around a lot longer.
Okay.
I think somebody else said. I think the last time when I did when he had his new album on the last one, It's a Mess Out Here too. Somebody said something about ASAP Rocky. I'm like, not the same guy.
The last time you said it, I thought it when you said that, I'm like, is that the guy that's married to Rihanna?
No, it's ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, I was thinking of ASAP Rocky.
Yeah. A lot of people get them confused.
Oh,
I do ASAP Rocky. I have listened to some of his music just because of the funny crossover between the two, and he's a good musician. I didn't realize he was married to Rihanna.
They have a kid together. Yeah,
really?
Well, kids.
I just heard my weather radio.
Miss Jess is like, screw you, Ryan.
Yeah. Unsub. No. I'm waiting to find out if I'm good until somebody comes and gets me. All right. Nope. Another good one. Well, we'll see if I got a hit or a miss on this one as well. But I wanted to grab this one. This was one of my stack. But when we got talking about some great female voices that I really enjoy that I think should be no more is Sarah Juarez.
I've never heard of her.
So we can go. Sarah Juarez. This album, World on the Ground, I really enjoy, but she's got a lot of other good stuff too. It would go more into bluegrass, folk music. A lot of it's slower pace, like more melodic, but beautiful voice. And she's singer songwriter and plays guitar, banjo, mandolin.
I was gonna ask, is she like a Bo Skaggs?
No. Well, I mean, in which way? Not musically, or
I was gonna say
like,
musically, like that style bluegrass.
No, I wouldn't say that. She does. You can catch her do some things. She posts a lot of YouTube videos too, and she'll go into straight up like twanging the banjo, but it's more melodic than that most of the time.
I gotta check.
Not saying that's, but I absolutely love her voice. She's also formed up a group with two other women, and I'm completely blanking on the name of that one right now, but and they two are around sometimes together. But anyway,
yeah, I actually know who this is. She's playing actually in the town about 40 minutes away next month.
Is she with the group of the two other
I doesn't
singers?
say,
okay.
Or it's in June 24th. She's playing in Owensboro at the Rock Festival, which is a bluegrass festival.
So late June, she's going to be in my state as well. And I was looking to see, I don't know if it'll work out or not, but it's a couple hours away, but I almost thought about trying to go see her. I've never seen her live before, so I think it'd be kind of cool to see, but I just absolutely love her voice. So like when you were naming off some of the 90s women singers, like all of them that I like, it's like they have something unique about their voice. And once you hear it, you're like, oh, that's this one or this person. And you could probably say that for a lot of people, but it just seems like some really stand out. And to me, she does. So
June 28th, she'll be up there in Des Moines.
Yep.
I've seen her picture before somewhere. So I wonder.
She was also, was she also?
I'm with her.
Yes, that's the band with there's three of them.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard of them. They toured. Man, who did they tour with? Maybe the Abbott Brothers?
That could be.
Or somebody.
I could see something like that. She's done something with Alison Krauss before too, who another one that I really like as well. What was she in also?
Okay, yeah, I've actually heard of her. Okay, cool. As much as I like rock, like Abbott Brothers, getting into them has gotten me into, and also like Flogging Molly, because they have a fiddler and a flutist and all that stuff in there, has gotten me into like these weird niche, cool, like little super band, like Billy Strings. Like I don't care for bluegrass and all that, but Billy Strings, amazing.
My
like,
son got me into
stuff.
listening to him, and I enjoy him too.
He was actually.
Go ahead.
Whenever I seen the Santa tour 2 years ago in Nashville, Pussifer Primus and Perfect Circle, they actually brought him on for a song, and he played guitar on there. Amazing.
He has a couple crossover things, because I'm blanking the name of the song, but he's somewhere he'll bring in rappers to do a part, and so it's like bluegrass almost, and then like goes into that. And there's a live, and there might be more than one, but I watched a live concert of him from Red Rocks that was awesome. I was like, I still want to go to a concert there sometime. I've never been. So, but anyway, he's cool. Yeah, he's cool too. But
I'm gonna have to check her out. I've heard of I'm With Her, so I'll have to check her out.
Yeah, and some
I
of these,
wrote it down.
Like some of these that we were talking about, like it's not that nobody's ever heard of them, but like they get kind of big, maybe in a circle, but they just don't go.
They don't go huge.
Yeah, and maybe they don't want to, which is cool. But I that's just like all of these. I think we're saying is like, hey, they're worth checking out. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out. So.
You're bringing your weird Christian-y bluegrass stuff. I'm bringing my.
I know, right?
Joe's bringing the '80s.
I know we got some little niches here. That
trust me, I was gonna go deep. I was gonna go deep like new wave '80s. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want Ryan to fall asleep on me.
I want Ryan to keep talking to me. No. All right, so that's me. So I'm gonna hit the chat again just really quickly. Larry,
I'm gonna run real quick to the latrine. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Was agreeing about that Maisie Star's song being on all the soundtracks. Yep, for sure.
And some musicians just know where they stand, and they make it a point. They keep their stuff small and just go about it.
Just was saying, Gen Z is obsessed with her.
Yeah.
She making a comeback? Don't call
probably
it
so. She was probably on some soundtrack or some TV show on Netflix or whatever, and is blowing back up.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Larry was saying, oddly enough, they have a song play in the film Angus, but it's not on the actual soundtrack.
I hate that. I forget. It was early 2000s movie I watched. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe was it The Rain Over Me? I think it was Adam Sandler's Rain Over Me. It has a bunch of really good songs in it, and I went and bought the soundtrack, and there was only like 4 songs on the soundtrack.
They only could afford to have them in the movie, but they couldn't afford to have them on the CD.
I was like, what the heck? I mean, the CD only costs like $5, but I'm like,
still,
there's only like a third of the songs here. What the heck? And there was like several songs I wanted out of there.
Well, and it's bad when it's not just like something playing on a radio in the background. It's like it's like prominent.
Yeah, like a scene, the scene is based around that background music to make it more dramatic. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Rain Over Me?
I have not. Worth checking out?
Well, it's Adam Sandler in a very, very serious role and a very non-comedic at all. And I mean, he nails it. If you've seen Uncut Gems,
I have not.
Oh, okay. It's very serious Sandler, and it's really, really good. It's about 9/11 and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
It's got Don Cheadle in it. I cried during it. I mean, it's powerful.
I have not. Hey, Patrick, what's going on? He's jumping in here and saying, talking music. Yeah, man. We're talking music right now. We're kind of hitting some artists, some bands that we think maybe underrated, should be bigger, kind of a thing, and then we'll maybe hit some recent pickups, and then wherever else we decide to go. We'll see how long that all takes. Oh yeah, Patrick. Yeah, Adam also dated Jennifer Aniston. From. I think that was the height of like he was. This is getting crazy, kind of a thing. Everything going on, but Patrick was saying Penelope Houston, the Muffs, Belly, and I don't know if I can pronounce
the Spinanes.
I'll probably say it
Belly
wrong.
and the Muffs I've heard of. I've not heard of Penelope or the Spinanes.
Me either.
I'll have not seen Rain Over Me. Yeah,
oh, come on, Holland. You got to watch it. Have you seen Rain Over Me, Joe, with Adam Sandler?
Yes, I have. I own it.
Did you cry?
No.
Okay. I'm a wussy. Then I cried.
No, I trust me. I cry out a lot of movies, so you're not a wuss.
It takes everybody's got their certain thing that gets to them in a movie. And it's not the same for everybody, but there's always something. There's always something where you're just like, I just got something in my eye.
Well, okay. Have you seen Punch Drunk Love with him in it,
yes.
Corey?
Nope. Oh, man. I know you're gonna hate me. So I need to watch that. That is in one of my Columbia Classic sets that I have back there. It's so I do have that one with that in there. I have not seen that one either. So I'm striking out on the serious Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, Rain Over Me is just really good. The subject matter is really good. It deals with grief and just a bunch of stuff, and he's just serious. And Don Cheadle's really good. Liv Tyler's in it. She's just a sweetheart in it. But yeah, an emphatic no from Joe. I do not cry. I did not cry.
No, he didn't say he doesn't cry. He just said no to that one.
Not to that one.
Not to that one. But I just like the no.
No.
I think there's this one part where he finally like decides to deal with stuff, and he has like this just kind of short speech, and he kind of breaks down, and you just really feel everything his character was building up to that point. And like I was like, oh man, that just sucks. God.
Gotcha. For sure. Well, let's lighten up the mood a little bit. Now we're on to Joe.
Okay. Which one? I'm gonna go with a band that I've talked about. Well, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go with a band that I've talked about before. And on the last pickups, I picked up their third album that I was missing. But this is a band that came out in 1989 out of New York City. It's one of my favorite bands of all time. Their first album is actually in the top 100 best metal albums of all time. And they never really became big. They still play. They just played Massachusetts recently. And it is Life of Agony.
Oh, let me bring that up.
Nice.
That's some cool covers there. Yeah, bring that big here.
I
like it.
I love Life of Agony. I've always been a massive, massive fan of them. And I even have the 25-year anniversary live in concert DVD.
Nice.
But they're a great band. Like I said, their first album is on the Rolling Stones top 100 metal albums of all time. They talk about a lot of their songs are all about life. Their first three albums are stupendous. They came out with 1, 2, 3 albums after that are they're a little bit more rock and not really my bag. Their first album is like a post-hardcore. The second and third album is more of a heavier rock, but still like a rock, something that you guys can more enjoy, and their first album as well. But later albums got a lot more. I didn't really jive with them, but it's a band that since the 90s, I still listen to at least, once a month. I love their music.
Nice.
And
I'll have to check that out. I've not heard them.
Yeah, they're really good. I was gonna say, if the only on their third album was when they started getting more radio play with the song called Weeds, and then right after that, the lead singer left and decided to go solo. And even though his cousin was the guitarist of the band, he decided to go solo, and then he came back later on as the lead singer again, and he's back together with them. But I've always been a huge fan of that band, and I've seen them many, many times.
Nice.
But
keep on marking some music here. I'm gonna have some fun stuff to listen to tomorrow at work.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I was just gonna say really quick because I don't think she's gonna be able to stick around. But Penny, I saw you pop in here saying hi to all of us before you go to bed. I appreciate it. Good to see you. But no, I love it. I keep on looking up stuff and marking them, putting them on the play next list to check out. So yeah, I dig. Even if it's ones that I haven't heard before or have heard before, it's kind of cool because sometimes it's ones you maybe haven't visited in a while. But what you got there, Ryan?
No, I'm just Gizmo. Gizmo just entered the chat, so there's gonna be some weird stuff being said.
My weather alarm is going. Weather radio alarm is going off again. So probably got a warning or something. But Gizmo, we got Gizmo in the chat saying, "I get a message every time Holland is nude." Okay, all right. He likes to talk about my naked dog all the time. So it's true. We don't put clothes on him. But all right, Gizmo, got to start proofreading all your stuff again already. Sometimes you just like go for it sooner than others, but yeah, very good. Sorry, I got off track there, but now we're around to
you're
Ryan,
fine.
Right?
So another thing I said I really don't like. I don't like 60s music, early 70s, Beatles, The Who, Pink Floyd, all that stuff. But my favorite bassist is in a band with John Lennon's son, Sean, and together they are the Claypool Lennon Delirium, and they play psychedelic progressive rock. It's Les is on bass, Sean's on guitar. They both sing. The drummer is Cake's drummer, the band Cake. and they got a keyboardist. And they got a new album coming out May 1st. That's why I kind of brought them up. But psychedelic, weird, trippy, Primus adjacent stuff that is just stuff I normally wouldn't listen to, like the psychedelic stuff. But I love it. And Sean Lennon is a hell of a guitar player and a hell of a singer. And he's really helped Claypool like come out of his shell with his singing and actually become a better singer. But yeah. They've got these two albums. They got another dual-length album coming out May 1st, and then they got an EP that I need to pick up. It's hard to find. But yeah. Claypool, Lennon, Delirium.
Nice.
There you go. You got some love for those albums there, too, right there from Michael. So thanks for jumping
Nice.
in.
Somebody knows who they are.
Yeah. I have not. I marked it to listen to, but I have not checked that out before.
Yeah, I've never been a Beatles fan. There's a couple Beatles songs I do like, but I've never been one of those, type of people. But this really kind of channels that era of music and all that. I enjoy actually listening to it. It doesn't make me want to go back and listen to all the Beatles albums, but I'll listen to this.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check it out. It's an interesting mix. Yeah. Hearing Claypool with Beatles.
Yeah. Which he's got he's got like Bastard Jazz where he's got it's with the Flying Frog Brigade where they do jazz stuff. He had the Bucket of Bernie Brains, which he was with like Buckethead and Bernie Warhol on keyboards. He's done a bunch of different side projects and he's been in all sorts of types of genres of music. Like he did twang with the guitarist from not Anthrax, one of the heavy metal bands. They did all Primus songs and a few original songs, all in twangy country. Like he had a steel hollow bass guitar that he played. It was awesome. But yeah, he's done all sorts of different stuff. But yeah, this is like that trippy, weird, acidy music that I don't normally listen to.
It's kind of
like that.
I think a couple years ago I heard a version of Whiskey in the Jar that was an Irish folk version of it. It was all like acoustic, like the standing bass, and stuff like that. It was kind of funny to hear that in that rendition. So very good. No, another one I've marked. I'll have to check that out.
MIRV guitarist Brian Kehoe. So whoever MIRV is.
Huh. I don't know.
You guys are like, I have no clue who
I have no clue.
MIRV is.
I have nothing to add to that. Sorry.
Yeah, 1993 music style includes hard rock, heavy metal, funk, country, opera, experimental. Holy crap. Okay.
That's a mix.
All over the place.
Yeah. All right.
That's what you got. All right. Well, I just shot right into it. I didn't think it was going to come up right away, but my next one that I'm going to do is Cross Canadian Ragweed. So I don't have a physical right here. I have some CDs, but I think they're still in boxes. I don't have them. I got to see them live quite a few times. Put on a great show. Another one that is very energetic. They really get out there with the crowd, but I don't know exactly how to describe them other than it kind of fits into the red dirt. Either red dirt rock or country, but kind of more leaning towards rock. They call it red dirt down around the Oklahoma, Texas area, where the dirt's red. My sister went to school down in Oklahoma and we'd go down to visit and she's like, you got to come out to these dive bars and check out this band. And they got to where they were touring around. They actually came up around me a couple times and got to see them as well. They fell apart for a little while, back together again. But like I said, it's kind of like a red dirt rock is what they call it. Kind of maybe a little older school rock. They never really got big, but man, down around that area, or like mainstream big, but down around that area, if you go Oklahoma, Texas, and down around that area, places were always packed when you'd go into a bar and listen to them. But definitely, I think an interesting sound to them. And it's kind of a play on the three main band members. It's Cody Canada is that the actual name, Grady Cross, and Randy Ragsdale. And so they're Cross Canadian Ragweed.
I've never heard of that.
Well, like I said, I was trying, like I said, just so you, I'm trying to throw in a couple curveballs here.
I'm going to check it out.
But I don't know if it'll be your thing or not, but yeah, check it out and then you'll find out if it is or not. But I tell you what, their live concerts were a blast. The times when I was down in Oklahoma visiting my sister, we got to see them at these just wide open general admission, just basically bars.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun. Everybody was into it. And, you know, I was like the guy coming in there, not really knowing who they are, but everybody's singing every word to every song, like along with them. And, yeah, it kind of hooked me in a little bit. So there you go. Cross Canadian.
Now, CCR, that's Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Clearwater
right?
Revival.
Yeah. So I don't know if they were playing off of that a little bit to do the
Probably
CCR, but the Cross Canadian and Ragweed from Ragsdale, like each of it has a piece of their name kind of in there. But yeah, they probably ordered it in that way for a reason. But
That's pretty cool. It's ingenious marketing.
there you go. Yeah.
They haven't got sued yet, apparently. So.
Well, that I don't know, but there were ones that I just think they had a lot of fun energy, and they had some really good songs. They have a couple good live albums out too. It's kind of cool to hear that. It's kind of like when I was talking about Need to Breathe earlier. I think my first experiences was hearing them live for both of them, I think, and are early on in it, and I kind of fell in love with that. I still like their albums, but hearing the live, it kind of brings back that fun that haven't gone to them. So there you go. That was a dud. All right, let's move on. No,
like I said, I'm gonna check them out.
So it'll be interesting. Some go.
I thought I was bringing some offbeat stuff, but Corey is just killing it.
Well, I think we all had the same idea. It was like, I'm going to go a little different than normal, like to.
Yeah.
But it's all stuff we like. So when you do listen to them, if you go through some of the stuff, you can tell, and I don't mean this as a negative, but you can tell a few where they're like, oh, they were trying to get on the radio or something with this one,
Yeah.
And then there's others just like, oh, they're just going for it. They're having fun, playing music, whatever. Some of them that were trying to be on the radio, I still think are good, but you can definitely tell some have a different feel to them, I would say. But there you go. That was mine. I'm going to run through. I saw a couple new people pop in here too. We have another channel member Unplugged in here saying hello. Good to see you, man. I don't know what Holland's talking about, but he says a cow goes over the moon. Here we go. So
Gizmo was giving him crap.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, I'll let you play together there for a little while. And we got Chris in here, another great channel member, Black Gloves Reviews in here saying Evening Savages. Thank you for dropping in.
Hello.
Let me see here. I'll do it quick so we keep on doing. I'm going to put a pin in there right now to keep it rolling because just keeping track of time. But yeah, Joe, you got, and I don't know where we're at right now. Do you all still want to do another kind of underrated one, or do you want to go into things do you have more you want to talk about, or
you're right in the.
If Joe wants to bang a couple more out, because I know
I was gonna say I can. I'll bang. Do you have any more, Corey?
I mean, I can.
I could do. I got like two more. I got two more I could do.
Okay, if you want, we can. Yeah. I can do two more.
Go for it. Man.
One. I'm thinking Movies with Ryan would like this band if he's never heard of this band. They came out in 1997. They're from Alabama. They came out around the same time as Hum and all that, and I thought their first album was so good. They really never got any success after their first album, and they kind of just fizzled out of nowhere. But it's a band called Trust Company.
Oh, absolutely.
I have heard of them. Yes.
I love Trust Company.
Absolutely.
Their first album is so good. They remind me a lot of Helmet, a lot of like Hum. They're like a post-grunge kind of, like right before a new metal hit. And I thought they were just a bunch of young kids. This was the first CD when I bought a Hewlett Packard that had a CD burner on it. that I actually burnt a CD of this from my car from a friend of mine. It was the only way I was able to get it. And I was so happy that they re-released that on vinyl because it is a fantastic album.
I have a CD of that, but that again, like I said, I love hanging out with you guys like that because there might be something like that we've heard of, but man, it just kind of went out of my memory. And then as soon as you said that, I'm like, man, that's been a long time since I've listened to that, and I know I'm going to put that on the playlist for tomorrow there too.
Yeah, they were a great band. Like I said, they came out around that Silverchair helmet kind of days, and I just thought they were just a great band. And
yes,
not a lot of people have ever talked about them.
There's a lot of cool bands around that time, I think, that don't get talked out a lot about. I just don't know if they just didn't get a lot of radio play or, what the deal was with it. But you go and dig back through some of those albums. It's there's some good stuff there for sure.
Very true.
Did you ever get to see them live?
No, I wish.
Yeah. There's so many I wish I could. It's like one of those that if you could go back and relive some, be like, oh yeah, I'll go back and check out some of these concerts.
I wish I could have seen them.
Yeah. No, a great pick. I'll definitely pull that back up to listen to. I know I have the CD, but like we were talking about earlier, a lot of my listening lately has been off the phone at work.
Yeah, I was gonna say the big song off of that, if anybody's ever heard of them, is Downfall. Mm-hmm. That's like the big song.
But that is worth a listen through the whole thing.
Oh yeah. To me, there's not a bad song on that album.
It's cool when you got some of those you can go back to and just put it on and you go all the way. Even if you have the option to skip, you don't.
Yeah.
And you just go through it. But great pick. I love it. All right, Ryan, did you have it, or did you want me to go?
No, I can pull a couple off the top of my head. One of them I actually was on. When I did Fresh Friday Driving Jams, which I haven't done in a while. This band came up. I didn't realize they actually had as many albums as they did. And the reason I didn't know that is because they should have been way bigger. But they are in a English industrial rock band. They started in like 91 and kind of faded out in like 2002 and had like 7 albums. But it is Pitch Shifter. All one.
I love Pitch Shifter.
Joe knows who they are.
I do.
I've seen him in concert. I saw him with Ministry and Clutch.
Yeah. So they were in that same vein, that new metal. They kind of evolved over the years, but that newish metal kind of stuff. What You See Is What You Get is probably one of their bigger songs. They were on a couple video game soundtracks. I think they were on an Xbox or X game soundtrack. They were on a couple different soundtracks. That's how I found out about them. And their big albums is www.pitchshifter.com and then Deviant, their follow-up album after that. But very electronica, new metal, just hard, fast, good music. And I wish they would have been bigger.
Yeah.
They were on the Twisted Metal 3 soundtrack, which I know Twisted Metal was a big game series back in the on PlayStation.
Yeah, they came out pretty much right at the height of when Industrial came out, and they were just when KMFDM, Clutch, Pitch Shifter, all came out. Ministry, they were huge. Well, they weren't huge, but like I said, I saw them a couple of times when they pretty much opened up for bands, but I never saw them ever headline anything.
No, I think they had some band issues and all that, and then they kind of just disbanded it early 2000s, and that was it. But yeah, Pitch Shifter.
And some of those, like you said Joe, I know you said like, well, they were huge. Well, they weren't really huge, but it's like in a circle, they were huge, and like the people that knew them just absolutely loved. Like there's some of those bands that it's like, if they just got out of that, could spread out a little bit more, there'd be more people that would love them too. But the people that did know them really enjoyed it and really loved it.
A lot of those bands, even though they had been around for a while in that new metal, that industrial metal scene, when they started getting big at the late end of 1990s, a lot of them got real big real quick, and then just like Cold Chamber. I love Cold Chamber. They had been around for a while. Hit it big with Loco and that new metal. And, very few bands have survived out of that. I mean, Static X sort of did, but I mean, Korn, Limp Bizkit, there's not a whole lot of like huge new metal bands left anymore. A lot of them early 2000s hit, and just that whole genre fizzled.
Yeah. Only the big names pretty much stuck around. Yeah. And pretty much the ones that started it.
Nice. Oh, I love it. All right. Which way do I want to go with this next one? Since I was already in that route, kind of going rock country-ish a little bit. I'm just going to stick with that. I'm gonna stick with that. We'll see. Because we'll keep on going with some that I'm probably never heard of, but that's all right. That's what we're having fun doing this. So this is the album cover for Pecos and the Rooftops. Rock country-ish. There is one big song that the lead singer, guitarist on here wrote. And why am I completely blanking on the title of the song now? It's just called This Damn Song. And it was an earlier one, and it was under a kind of a different name with the band, but it was like his one big one. Then it was cool. I was listening to a bunch of interviews not too long ago with him, where he was getting some for him, especially being a kind of starving artist at the time, not really making it, not having money. He wrote that one. They were getting a little traction, and I think he got, and I'll probably get the number completely wrong, but he got some offer to buy this song from him for like $80,000 or something. It was just say $80,000. And to him, and I wouldn't, I'd be like, my eyes would get big too, he was like, that would be pretty much life changing, but he was like, man, this is the thing I want to do. I still want to keep on going. I think I got more left to do. And he turned him down. He didn't sell it. So he kept the rights to the song, and now it's on, this is kind of more of a full album that they came out with. And it's back on there, but there's some older variations of that song you can find from previous lifetime.
The cover of this album, it makes me look like a Starbucks in Portland, like the crew's on break.
Yeah.
Like I said, some of these, I'm not saying greatest band ever, but I like some of the sounds to it. I'm just like, I could see it playing. I mean, doing well. And, it's just like we were saying, when you're definitely, you'll see them more. They're down Texas area, Florida area, like down south, southeast, where they do a lot of their touring around. But I don't know. Like I said, not saying greatest band ever, but I have a good time with them. So something different. But that the one, if you were ever to like have known one of the songs, the one that got a little more known songs is that one. I would just say This Damn Song. That was, there's a few other ones that I recognize from some of the things, just following them a little bit, but that's the one that definitely has gotten the most traction for them. But it's got definitely an interesting voice too. So I think I get drawn sometimes to some that, whether it's male or female singers, is just, sometimes they just got that distinct voice that really stands out to me anyway. And so there you go.
I got to check it out.
There you go. Another one, another miss by Corey. But no.
You didn't pull Led Zeppelin, so we're good.
I almost for a joke, I almost brought one up, and I was like, one of the most underrated bands.
One of the most underrated bands ever.
They never have gotten any love, never radio time, never anything. And I was gonna hold up one of them. I don't know which one I was gonna get, but I almost did that, but I chose not to. But I had a laugh thinking about doing it. I don't know if we got. Oh, Chris was saying Helmet. I've heard of. Yeah, absolutely.
Great band
for sure. Got some of their CDs. No Gizmo. I am just sticking to YouTube at this point for streaming platforms. We got Allie in here. Allie, how's it going? Saying hi, everyone.
Hello.
Good to see you. Are we talking movies or games tonight? Neither. We're talking music tonight, Gizmo.
Music.
We're really mixing it up on you. Hey,
And we're not
Chris,
doing
how's it
any
going?
house washing simulators.
No, not
Nope.
tonight. Not tonight. Hey, Chris, Xteen, featurette saying,
Lou.
"Hey, gang, just got home. Good to see you.
Hey,
We're just running
Chris.
through some music. So great to see you drop in here and say hi. And we're up to Joe again.
All right. This one I don't have because I still haven't bought the vinyl. But I used to have the CD till I gave my CD collection away, and I haven't rebought it. But it's a band from California from 1995. They only came out with one album. They actually never became big till the lead singer kind of died.
Hmm.
And his name was Lynn Straight, and the band was Snot.
Yep.
Heard of them, but I don't know.
They had the song "The Box." They had that was like their big song on that album. "You Lied" was on there. I mean, that album is a really, really good album. And I thought that band, similar to like a Sublime, that the singer died after their success, before their success. That if they were still around, what would have happened?
Yeah. Huh. No, I'll have to check it out. I have definitely heard of them before, but I
Yeah,
have not dipped into that.
yeah. The CD is pretty much the dog with the tennis ball on it,
Yep.
on the cover. But I gotta pick up that vinyl. I've never seen it in my hands yet. I've seen it online, but I like to grab it.
Yeah.
Again, another one of those bands you hear a lot of those Bay Area, Seattle bands and all them, snot, or
Yeah,
or documentaries. What would have happened if Snot would have blown up? They would have been like the next wave of music.
yeah.
Would
Because
they have been though?
that was a band that inspired a lot of people. That they did a CD straight up after that. Seven Dust, Corn, a bunch of other people, did took time out of their day to make songs for that, so they could donate money to his family. So
Oh,
it was a
nice.
lot of bands that was inspired by Snot.
Yep.
Huh. I marked it again.
Mhm.
We'll see how many I can get to tomorrow during my work day. But no, I love it. I'll have to check that out. But it is cool when you hear some of those, and then maybe bands you've heard of more and got more recognition, whatever. But when you hear them saying like, "Oh yeah, absolutely, an influence on me. That was a band I was listening to and made me want to do this," kind of thing. It's cool to go back and see the bands that gave them that motivation or that inspiration or whatever you
Yeah,
want to say. Very cool.
agreed.
Ryan, did you have another you wanted to throw out?
Oh yeah, my last one.
Okay.
These guys actually got big off of one song in '98, I think, and then they just disappeared. They got money to do a second album. They toured on it, and then they told the record label, "F you, we're done." And that is the New Radicals. You get what you give. You've been brainwashed. Maybe you've been brainwashed too. Is a phenomenal album. It's a mixture of all sorts of different types of music, and I wish I would have got a follow up. I wish there would have been a second album because I wanted to hear what it would have been after that. But I've read some stuff online, and I think I've seen an interview with the main guy, which is I forget what his name is, Greg Alexander. He's kind of an a-hole, but he never wanted to actually do music, but he had this opportunity to do this. Like basically he was singing or something. And this other guy was like, "Hey, let's just go get a record deal. I know this guy." And they got like a record deal to make this album. And he like got all this money. He pissed off a bunch of people with that song, like Billy Corrigan and Courtney Love and everybody else.
Well, I was going to say, wasn't it Courtney Love and Marilyn Manson? He specifically
Marilyn Manson,
names in that one.
Yeah. And like, he just really didn't want to be like this guy. And he just kind of said, "Okay, I'll be a one-hit wonder." And we took the money and we ran. And I really wish there would have been a follow-up album because the first album was really good.
Yeah, I heard there was a lot of, I don't know, roughness, or I don't know what you want to call it, like a lot of things going on around that album, and
Yeah,
him not really
Yeah, he didn't want to do it. He just and I've seen like a couple different interviews I've seen, a couple different other outside perspective things I've seen. Like there's contradicting stuff, and I think what it boils down to, he's kind of is just an asshole, and he wanted to do it but didn't want to do it, and again record labels and stuff like that, and so he just said F you, and you get what you get. Or you get what you give, or whatever. I think was just pretty much a big middle finger to the whole music industry.
Yeah,
He wrote the song specifically for that, and then it became like one of the biggest songs for that summer. So he was like, "Okay, I'm out."
Well, and I think like sometimes, and I can't speak for them, but like sometimes I feel like there's some of the people like that make this big statement piece that's the big middle finger to something, and then it becomes the pop rock out, go to the beach summer song that all the teens are bopping to, and they're like, no, it's to say F all this, and people are like, let's go party, or something like that. But yeah, definitely.
I wish there would have been a follow-up album, because I think it would have been, if he wouldn't have been such an a-hole, it probably would have been really good.
Could have got something. All right. Well, here I'll do one last one. So we did that, and then we can go into like some recent pickups if we want to do that, or maybe go from there if that works. But I'll grab one more. This one I know is going to be more mainstream and not for everybody, and I can understand. I have one of my buddies that said he thinks it's kind of generic or whatever, so I'm doing my disclaimers already. So before you roll your eyes too much, for whatever reason, I can put this on once in a while and just have fun listening to it in the background.
Joe's already giving you the face.
Oh, he already did. It's not Led Zeppelin. All right. So
it's the Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles. There we go.
Have you ever heard of this place called Abbey Road? It's famous or something.
This little band called the Beatles. No, it's Catfish and the Bottlemen.
Oh yeah.
I have fun with them. So
I know nothing.
Yes. Catfish and the Bottlemen. I think I can be completely wrong, but I think they're from the UK. They were Europe, and I think they're way bigger over there. They just didn't break through in the US too much. I know they got some radio play and some like video play and stuff like that, but I think they have some catchy rock tunes to them. It's kind of like, I don't know if you'd call it like, not really indie, but like alternative rock, anthem rock. I don't know. It's the big sounds, the big guitars, the big whatever, but it's definitely got some catchy tunes to it. And I don't know. I have some fun with them, but I was kind of surprised with as catchy as it was that they didn't catch on a little bit more.
And you are correct. It's British indie rock.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't name a song of theirs, but I know I've heard them and I do enjoy them. They kind of remind me of like maybe like a Kings of Leon, or
I could see that. I could see that.
Not the I want to say the Strokes, but not the Strokes. I think Strokes are a little bit faster than that.
Yeah,
like the Hives.
Hives, yeah, probably closer, more closer.
I was gonna say no, I was gonna say Interpol, but Interpol's more kind of new wavy pop.
More Devo.
Yeah.
So I know they probably have even bigger ones, but off of that album I have right there, the one song called Long Shot was kind of, I think, one of their radio, they broke through on US radio a little bit, or a lot of it, but that is, anyway.
Arctic Monkeys. They're also kind of similar.
Oh, I could see that too. Yeah, I could see that too. But I know it's not for everybody, but that's just one that somebody get mad at me. It's not poppy, but it's like an easier side of indie rock. I don't know.
It's radio friendly pop.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that 100%. Radio friendly. And then so maybe that's part of the reason why I am surprised they didn't get any bigger, because they're catchy. They had, I thought some good songs and radio friendly, and you'd think it'd all lend into it, but definitely caught them on the radio when some of those were coming out, but just didn't really blow up here, I don't think. So
I wonder if their band name had anything to do with that.
It is a little different.
Yeah.
Catfish and the Bottlemen.
Another mouthful.
Because I'm sure that's probably British slang for something. Like Bottlemen is probably British slang for something, and it just doesn't translate to an American market.
Yep. So that one. So if you wanted to check out their two that kind of got on our radio, or maybe you don't want to, but Long Shot off of that album, and then there's just 7 on, I think it was a previous album, but it's just the numeral 7. I think is how they have it listed. Those are the two. If you would to have ever heard any, I think those would probably be the two you would have.
I wrote it down. I'll check it out.
So you can tell me how wrong I am the next time we hang out.
It'll be my morning jams at work.
Yeah, it's definitely easy going. Like it's like Ryan said. That was a good way to put it. It was radio friendly. So let's check in here just really quick before we go into some pickups that anybody has gotten. We got Doom Boogie in here. Doom, what's going on, man? Said tuning in. Thank you.
Holland.
I saw that.
Everybody is going back and forth. All right. So, but are you, I guess before we go ahead.
I do have something to say about video, even though I know he's being weirdly funny about it. The first time I ever heard NWA, like legitimately, like I knew about them, but I was over at my godparents' house, and there was a couple of guys in the neighborhood I hung out with, and one of them had an older brother that actually had bought the NWA cassette when it came out, and we got a hold of his Walkman, and we were all hiding in my godparents' backyard behind a tree, like this little corner of the yard so nobody could see us. And we had the headphones like stretched out, and we had the Walkman turned as high up as we could, and that was the first time I actually ever heard NWA. And so we're like trying not so nobody could see 3 little white kids listen to NWA.
No, I remember that being a big thing to grab that cassette at some point. But Gizmo, I know you're just being very inquisitive and helpful to try to get me to say what that stands for. But you know, we'll maybe save that for another episode.
Nobody is here to give Corey a pass to say that, Gizmo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm bowing out of that one. So, but I was going to ask, are y'all still, I'm not saying we got to do a 5-hour, but are you guys still okay?
No, I'm fine.
A couple more or go through a little bit?
Yeah.
Ryan, you good?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, Joe, what you got you want to get into any of the pickups that you brought in or what would you rather go into first? Or what do you want to do?
However you want to do it. Do you want me to go through all my pickups or just a piece of it?
You had a lot, didn't you? What do you consider a lot, Corey?
Yeah.
And I actually thought you didn't pick a whole lot up because you usually you show what you picked up. And I didn't feel like you picked a whole lot of music up this month, but
I didn't show. I
could be done in one round. So I don't know if you want to, we could like split up a little bit the first time around. I could just be done and then you two can dig into the rest of the stuff you got.
Because what I said, I have got 1,
which
2,
I'm
3,
fine
4,
with.
5, 6, 7, 8,
I always dig seeing what y'all are picking
1,
up.
2, 3, 4.
I've got 27 or 28 titles.
I got like 4.
So, yeah, I got 15 just in CDs, and then like I said, I got one of those Crosby boxes that's almost full of vinyl.
Oh wow.
Why don't you bang out your CDs first? I'll do my 3 vinyls. Corey can do his stuff, and then you can do your vinyls, and I'll do my like 20 CDs.
That sounds good.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay,
Thank you, Ryan, keeping us on track.
You see,
I know he handles some logistics. He knows how to do it.
And
I do logistics every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
and I always say when I show my stuff, and I said this in one of my stories recently, the way I collect movies is the way I collect music. I like so much different types of music, so don't judge me.
On your one Instagram story, you had, I think, all sorts of like just random stuff in it. Yeah.
Well, first one, because Chris is here, we're going to start off right at the beginning. I have Iron Maiden's. It's there somewhere back in time, the best stuff from 1980 to 1989. I love Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
So I had to pick that up. Next one is
digging into that, some listening to that after we met the last time on it, because I'd been a while since I'd revisited them. So.
Yeah, I love Iron Maiden. This is their latest album that they have the new singer. Their old singer is back with the band. This is Biohazard, Kill or Be Killed.
Nice.
So I like Biohazard. It's New York hardcore. And then, even though I have all their vinyls, I had to buy the best of Biohazard. So I had to have that on vinyl. And then we're going to go to K-pop. This is Jennie from Blackpink. And this is her solo album, Jennie's Ruby.
I like having the full screen, but I like seeing everybody's reactions on the screen too.
To go, what the F?
Which one do I got to do? Maybe I'll go.
And then they're not considered K-pop; they're considered X-pop. That they're more rap, R&B, and they're from Japan, and it's a band called XG.
There you go.
And then I collect these because it's the only way I can really stay to today's music. I like buying the Now CDs to get the hits of, to see what the kids are listening to.
That's like when we used to make the mixtapes, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then even though I have all of her vinyls, I had to pick up Taylor Swift's Tortured Poets department, the anthology one that has the bonus songs on it. And then if you're going to buy that, you have to buy all 4 Target exclusive Taylor Swift Tortured Poets.
We got to get Ryan's face in there too.
So you can see that one. And then you have to get the second one. Then you have to get the third one. And then you have to pick up the fourth one. And she's smart that she put bonus songs on every single one, but it's a different bonus song on every single one of the CDs. So if you want to listen to all 4 of her bonus songs, you literally have to buy all 4 of them. And each one of them is different artwork and has a different poster inside.
But actually, I think that's kind of cool. At least she's given something different.
Yeah.
For the thing, because sometimes you get movies that are different, like they have a different package, but everything else is the exact same inside of it. And
she's smart. I mean, I don't care for her songs or her, but she is very smart about her music and
business
selling.
Yeah.
And then because you show Taylor Swift, you got to show this. Then the next thing I got is Lamb of God's new album, and this is Oblivion, and this is signed by the whole entire band. I got this on Premier Collectibles.
I was going to say, I actually saw that on there. They had some of the vinyl releases with the autographs on there too. But
I wanted the vinyl, but they were sold out, so I had the CD version. And if you like Lamb of God, you'll probably like K-pop's Blackpink. This is their new album, their mini album with Rosé on the cover. Yeah, K-pop. And then if you like that K-pop, you got to like Baby Monster's first album. This is their first mini album. So more K-pop. And then if you like that K-pop, here's their second album with
That's
all
an
of them.
Interesting packaging.
Yeah. The K-pop ones, they on the inside of them, they're pretty smart with it. That they put like a bunch of pictures of all the girls in the band, and then you get like little cards of all of them, like trading cards, and then you get the CD on the end. And that is literally all the CDs that I got. But like I said, a mix of hardcore, metal, pop, K-pop, X-pop, a little bit of everything.
Nice.
So I'd never heard of this Premier Collectibles before, and I just went to the website. I'm about to puke.
It's
It's
a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna puke.
I was gonna say I just got an email from them that Scott Ian from Anthrax just put a bunch of autograph stuff on there.
Actually, if you want autographs, the books are actually reasonably priced. If you're kind of curious about the book, or you just want to autograph somebody, some of their autograph books on there are pretty like not much different than actually just buying the regular book. But then they have crazy stuff like anything from sports jerseys to drum heads to guitars to about anything you can think of any pop culture entertainment. They have somebody signing something for it. And there's some crazy ones. Some really pricey
I can get the
ones,
John
too.
Travolta authentic signed microphone autographed, $182.
There's some crazy ones, and they'll do some. I don't know if I can go down it, but there's a couple people. Oh, so Tim Vince. I always say it right now, but Tim Talk Talkie. Is what I always think of. He'll do mystery boxes from there sometimes, and sometimes you get some crazy good ones, and then other ones it's like, meh.
Yeah,
and so I don't know about those.
But. When I bought that Lamb of God autographed by the full band, it was literally $20 more to get it autographed than not have it autographed.
Yeah.
So because I pre-ordered it, I got it for a lot cheaper. But there was I have Poppy's new album, and I wanted her new album signed, but that's like $200 for the vinyl. I'm just like, I'll buy the unsigned album.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely have to look at them. There's sometimes some of them where I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, and the price is not too crazy. But then there's some where I'm just like, no, there's no
and like
way.
with the signed books, you can get them at Barnes and Noble too. So you got to kind of cross check them out. I didn't realize Ki Huan Kwan has a book coming out.
So just like Barnes and Noble, sometimes some can be found. They'll have them at multiple retailers. Some like Barnes and Noble have some exclusive ones only to them, and just like this Premier Collectibles have some exclusive to them. And sometimes it's different ink colors, or they add something else to it, or they find ways to, just like Joe was saying with, Taylor Swift throwing a different artwork poster and a different bonus track on there, giving you a reason to check out or maybe
multiple, multiple variants of it.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like Amazon having a exclusive cover to a movie, or
right.
Anyway, they do have some that are exclusive to them, I believe, but. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff on there, but there's like some nights where I'm sitting there like, yeah. And I'm like, nope, just shut it down. Go back to it tomorrow and see if you really, you could spend I could see where it'd be easy to spend a lot of money. I have not. I've only bought a couple things off of there, but they've been lower ticket items, which I think are still cool and fun to collect. But there's some, you can go into thousands and thousands of dollars of things in there.
I don't say I've seen autographed guitars go in the thousands, but
absolutely.
I like buying the autographed the CDs, just because the CDs I listen to the vinyls more, and the CDs I just leave them sealed.
Well, then you have that collector piece, It's a collector piece. Then it's something you can put on the shelf or wherever and look at it.
Yep.
And you got the art piece, and you got the autographs. Yeah, that makes sense to me. All right, Ryan, before you start buying and spending a bunch of money on that site, what are some pickups you got there?
So last time I picked up the CD, and the next time I went to Barnes & Noble, they had the record, so I went in and picked it up. Pussifer's new vinyl.
Nice.
Because I got to have it on vinyl as well. Normal isn't. If you guys haven't listened to Pussifer, Maynard James Keenan, Karina Round, all them, fantastic. This album, I was watching an interview with them with Rick Beato again. Rick Beato, check him out on YouTube. Beato.
So do I.
Great interviewer. But he had them three on, it had James and I forget what his name is, Matt Mitchell.
Yeah,
the guitarist on there, and they talked about this, and the sound design in this is just amazing. The layering he got in here, and Karina and Maynard just sound amazing on this album.
I'm marking that one too.
I took pictures of this, put it on my Instagram, but I bought Rob Zombie's new album, The Great Satan, and this thing's pretty cool. It's got a full-size picture of him on the inside, and the vinyl, I don't know if it'll pop up on here, are ghosts.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
But this is back to his Astro Creep 2000, Hillbilly Deluxe, first two solo albums. This album front to back is just fantastic. It's hardcore. He's not losing his breath, and it's just reminiscent of old Rob Zombie.
Nice.
And then this is going to circle back to something we talked about. We talked about radio play. I've talked about before on here. You know, you hear a band over and over and over and over, and you just get sick of them. You don't want to own anything by them or hear them again. and I was walking through Walmart and I seen this record and I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy it. And the Lumineers, Cleopatra.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Cleopatra, Ophelia, Angela. I think was it Long Way from Home is the other one.
Is that the one that has flower in her hair, or is that the other album?
I think that may be their next album.
Their next album. Okay, sorry.
I think. Maybe.
Sorry, I can't remember which one's which, but there was just ones that pop into my head.
But I always called it the woman name band because they've got like 7 or 8 songs with women's names as there. But I think this has got like a special green vinyl on it too. Actually, I haven't opened it up yet.
Unboxing with Ryan.
Yeah, it's got like a weird puke green with black streaks.
Yeah.
Say stormy sky green, not puke. But that sounds more.
It's the heavier gram.
It's like a 180
vinyl too.
That's the 180. Yeah. It looks like a military green almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've really, again, they've been around for a while, but as I've gotten older, going back and actually listening to the music, not just hating it because it's on the radio 9 times a day, they're really a good band. I really do like them. So I picked it up.
Very good.
Can't wait to listen. I haven't listened to it yet. Hopefully it sounds good. I do kind of get weary sometimes with colored vinyl. I've had issues with
there's hit or miss sometimes with them.
Yeah. But since that's on the heavier weight, it should be.
You have better luck, or I've had better luck with that, with the colored vinyl on the 180 gram.
Yeah.
But other than that, but they're cool too. I can't blame people who are like, oh, that one looks cool.
Yeah.
We like our slip cover. Well, not all of our slip cover, but
no.
There's cover art. How about we just say that? We love our cover art. And anyway, yeah, it's fun to go with those. I've had a lot lately that have done really well. The ones I've had the most problem with, I think, are the picture disc ones.
Picture disc are the vinyls that sound the worst.
I think so.
And then I heard that and glow in the dark are the second ones that have like there's something in that it doesn't sound the best, but it doesn't. But picture disc, from what I heard, is like the worst sounding vinyls you could buy.
Do either of you own any of the liquid filled ones that they've been coming out with recently? I
No.
wonder how those.
I've seen where it was like supposed to be blood.
I was gonna say I saw the Jaws one that was blue, and then for Record Store they had the Sleep Token caramel one that had the caramel fluid, but that thing is going for like crazy money.
There was one song. I think Miller High Life put out, and it was like a backyard barbecue mix, and inside it was supposed to look like beer. So it was like the yellow, but it had like the fuzzy bubbles. You know, the head. Kinda, if you put it around, you saw that, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But
I was sitting there thinking, I wonder if it throws off the record player, but it's pinned in the middle on the stick.
Yeah.
Really can't throw it off.
Yeah, I just wonder how thick the vinyl is before it digs through to I don't know.
To liquid.
Yeah. It's interesting, but I don't know. All right,
I can get a Taylor Swift autographed custom The Color of Love guitar for $2,500.
Do it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
You're a bit. Yeah, I was gonna say you're a big Taylor Swiftie. So
honestly, even if you don't buy anything, I've had nights where I just like search through that site and was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then I just keep moving on because I'm like, I'm not spending that much money. But
yeah.
All right, was that it for you?
Yeah, that was only 3 vinyls I picked up in the last month.
I only have like 4, so I'll be barely different than yours. But all right, going to me now. From our last one, got me thinking. I hadn't listened to this band for a while. I have some old cassettes. I have some old CDs, but I realized I didn't have any vinyl. So I went and got a little Iron Maiden Power Slave. Is the one that I picked up. So that was just the one I came across. Joe, kind of like what you said, when you sometimes can see it and grab it.
It's a great album. I have that vinyl.
So that was... have not opened it up yet, but that was the one I went out and ended up grabbing because I did start listening to some anyway, because I was like, man, I hadn't revisited them for a while, but that was one of the new vinyl I got in.
Nice.
I apologize if I show any of these the last time. I think these were all since the last time we talked.
I was gonna say you're good. You haven't showed any of them.
Okay. We don't need to keep me big.
I actually had to go back and watch your last live stream because I pulled a couple of CDs out that I showed last time.
Oh,
that's why when I ducked out earlier before we went live, I was going to put them back in there on the shelf.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. So this was another one. Like I said, sorry if it was already. I thought this was after it, but another one of my bands we were talking about, kind of that time era there for a little bit, and wanted to get the vinyl of it, but we got a little Chevelle.
Great album.
So, wonder
I gotta
what's
pick
next.
up that album.
I always had a lot of fun with this one, and just didn't have it on vinyl. And saw it for
I
a
have
decent
this.
price.
I only have the CD of it. I gotta get. That's a good album.
But that was another one that I grabbed. This is one that I had on a different pressing, but this was kind of a special pressing. There's a price at the top of it. I did not pay this much for it. So before you're like, oh my gosh. But this is another one. It was a Rhino record pressing on 180 gram vinyl, and it was supposed to be all from the original analog master tapes, mastered by Kevin Gray, and all, da-da-da-da-da. And it's supposed to be a nice gatefold. I have not opened it yet. Like I said, I've had this in many different forms, cassette, CD. I do have a regular pressing of it, but I heard this one sounded pretty darn good. And I know I've talked about this before, but we got the Cars debut album.
Nice.
So I always have fun with it. And I think that was one we joked about, where it could pretty much, if you add like one, maybe two songs to it, it could be their best, greatest hits, album, pretty much.
Yeah. I have that album. It's a good vinyl.
One, but I have it on a bunch of different formats, but this is supposed to be a pretty nice sound and pressing of it, so I went for it.
You have to let me know how that one sounds, because I have a first pressing of that, but I don't have anything new.
The remaster?
Yeah, I don't have a remaster.
I had a regular, like an older, I don't know if it was original pressing, but it was just nothing out of the ordinary pressing. I did have the MoFi pressing for a while.
Nice.
But there was a stretch there. I wasn't trying to sell things, but through all this, had somebody that was seeing some of my collection, and it was at the time where they weren't pressing things, when things were being shut down, and there was one of the pressing plants burnt down in California. And anyway, there was a couple things, since I had other older pressing of that one, there was a couple things that there was an offer made, and I thought it was fair, and I ended up parting with it at the time. And there was a time there where things were a little unknown, and so I was like, maybe I can clear out a few things and put a little money away for a little rainy day fund. And a couple I wish I would not have gotten rid of, but that's all right. So this is kind of replacing that. But one guy that I follow on YouTube said they thought this Rhino pressing was head and shoulders better than the MoFi pressing. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. It's always subjective when you listen to it, but yeah, I will let you know, Joe. I'll that's definitely one I want to throw on there. That's a fun nostalgic listen for me, but it's good fun.
Yeah.
And then I believe this is my last one. So going back into a little bit of that same time frame earlier we were talking about, but ended up grabbing the vinyl for 3 Days Grace.
Nice.
For the Life Starts Now. This is one, for whatever reason, I liked quite a few of the songs off of this one, so, and got to see them live, and I had fun time with it, so it's kind of fun to go back and grab some of those. But yeah, well, 3 Days Grace. So
they're the ones that sing World So Cold. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. This one's got quite a few on here. If you listen to this one, there's quite a few that will pop up that you'll recognize. But Lost in You is always kind of like a softer one that was on there, but I always liked it. But anyway, yeah, I didn't have any of theirs on vinyl, so I grabbed that. That's my big mega
that was a haul.
Vinyl haul since the last time, whenever the last time was that we hung out. So I'm gonna do a real quick run here. I saw a couple other comments. I think this is back, Joe, with you. Said can't go wrong. Chris was saying with the best of Maiden.
Nope.
And honestly love when bands do different bonus tracks. Yeah, give a reason to buy it, even above just different artwork on the front of it.
That gives you a reason. You can actually justify buying
Yeah.
multiple copies of it with that. If
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
different artwork, then you're just being a completionist, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. But it give you just a little something extra reason to
Yeah.
do it. Chris was saying, hell yeah, Lamb of God, a few of their albums. Loves there. Jess was saying Matt's Eye only K-pop I like. I don't know that one. Matt's Eye?
Cat's oh, it's Cat's Eye.
Cat's Eye? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nice. I gotta read this first. I don't know what I'm not gonna read all of it from Gizmo, but he was just basically mentioning he thought Iron Maiden is Europeans Metallica. So
oh boy.
Oh, there you go. There, Jess. Cat's Eye. There you go. I just didn't get to that one yet. Gizmo wants to start a fight, I think. We got Eli in here saying, "What's up, everyone?
Hey.
Good to see you, man."
Hey.
Saying, remember to slash that like button and sub to all these awesome channels. Absolutely. If you feel like it, do it. We appreciate it. I'm just doing a speed run here. Sorry, guys. If I miss anybody's comment, it's not on purpose. If you had a question or something I miss, definitely throw it out there. Eli was saying, nice, Corey, love Chevelle. There's a bunch of bands like that. I know some people think some kind of run into each other in that 2000s rock, but there's so many of them I can put them on and just enjoy. It was kind of a time of life too. I think sometimes, at least for me, there's certain genres of music, it's just that hit at the right time and just kind of clicked with wherever I was at or what life events were happening or what have you.
I was going to say, I have, and I wish they would release it on vinyl. I'm not sure if they ever did, but I have a Chevelle live CD, and that CD is so good. It is so good.
I'll have to go check that out. I don't know if I've listened to that one.
When the stream is done, I'll go into the living room to where all my CDs are, and I'll pull it off the shelf, and I'll send you a picture of it.
I could see liking that one.
It's really, really good.
No, there's a few of them like that. Yeah, like when they do some of those. Man, why am I blanking on stuff? Acoustic type thing, like breaking it down a little bit more. But the one what I was thinking of that same time period was Trapped has a more of acoustic one that I kind of dig too. But
I was gonna say I have a good Caesar acoustic CD.
Nice.
That's really good.
Prince liking the Cars reference there. Absolutely. All right, we'll put a pin in it. So, Joe, is this the big run?
I'm sorry in advance. And again,
we're gonna sit back and enjoy the show.
And don't judge me.
Uh-oh.
This came in the mail today. Like I said, I missed out on Record Store Day, but I grabbed this one. And I'm still waiting for one in the mail coming from Seattle. But this is Def Leppard's 30th anniversary edition, Record Store Day exclusive of Slang. Nice. So I had to pick this up. I like Def Leppard. Seen them in concert.
Oh, definitely. I enjoy them as well.
And if you like Def Leppard, then you have to like some Norwegian black metal with Emperor. So we got to go with Emperor.
Awesome cover, though.
Yeah,
that is an awesome cover.
Yeah. So the guitarist of Emperor used to be the guitarist of the band Gorgoroth. So that's
I love some of the band names too.
And then we got we're going hardcore. I'm changing genres. I'm changing tracks here.
Death metal isn't hardcore.
I was just gonna say.
Well, no, there's hardcore music, but that's Norwegian death metal. This is the genre hardcore, and it is Kubla Khan, TX. That they're a hardcore band. They're similar to like a Knock Loose, if anybody knows Knock Loose. So I'm a big fan of Kubla Khan. So I had to pick this one up. Then we're going to go.
Everybody dizzy if I'm going in and out too much with everything.
No, then we're going into the early 80s.
But I want to see everybody.
This band became big when Wednesday season 1 came out, but I was been a fan since high school, and they're Psychobilly, and this is the Cramps, and this is
yeah. I love
bad
that.
music.
I love that cover.
Yeah, bad music for bad people. So I had to pick this one up. I was always a big fan of the Cramps when I was in high school. And then another hardcore band, I saw them open up for Fear Factory. I've seen them a couple of times. And this is limited to 1,000 colored vinyl. This is Walls of Jericho with Devils Among Us All. So I had to pick that up. Really great band. So I had to grab that.
I'm telling you, the cover art's been pretty cool so far that you're showing.
This I had a black one, and I had to upgrade to a colored one, and it's Weezer's Blue album.
Oh yeah,
that had the blue vinyl because I originally only had the black vinyl.
I just have the black vinyl.
So, and now we're gonna go country, and this is
I love all the genres you could do.
Yeah, now we're gonna do this is Eric Church's brand new album, and this is Evangelo versus the Machine. So if you like country, here's some Eric Church for you. And if you want to go dance music, then we're going to go with this one. And this is Tariah Taylor.
Tariah Taylor.
Yeah. So if you like Pink Pantheress or something like that, you would kind of like this. And then,
sorry, Joe, I know I keep on interrupting you, but
it's
going
okay.
back to the country, that's like I said, I love where all the different, you listen to like almost everything. Morgan Wallen, do you like him at all?
No, Marie does. I'm not a fan of Morgan Wallen.
I was looking at the new album he had, but he has so many tracks on that. It's like a 4-disc, vinyl.
Yeah,
it's a little pricey for me, I thought, but I fell asleep at it because it was $50 at Target, and then they had it on sale at $24. And I'm like, I'm gonna pick it up, and I forgot about it because I was busy at work. And then the next day, I went up back to $50. Only a 1-day flash sale. All I know is every time I see it, it's like over $50. It feels.
Yeah.
Like. Well, I guess right now Amazon has it for $47.27, but still, that's a bit to drop.
It's pricey.
Yeah. I guess it's a 3 LP set, but either way, I knew there was a lot of vinyl in there. Anyway, sorry.
Well,
keep going.
And now we're gonna go pop. If you like Taylor Swift, then we have Sabrina Carpenter that she opened up for Taylor Swift, so you have to go with Sabrina Carpenter. And then now we're gonna go to singer-songwriter from the 70s. I'm a big fan of hers. She used to date James Taylor, and it is Carly Simon.
Oh, nice.
I like Carly Simon, so I had to pick that up. And then that one, is that one? Yeah, I had to pick that. Then that one's a promo, and then I had to get this Carly Simon, another gold stamp promo. So I picked up more Carly Simon. And then because I'm a Misfits completionist, I already have this album, but I didn't have this cover art, so I had to pick up Misfits Project 50 on nice bright orange. Green. So
that's a nice neon. I like that.
Yeah, I had to pick that one because I didn't have that. And don't judge me. I love her music, so I had to pick this up. Pop music from the 80s, and it is Debbie Gibson's second album, Electric Youth, because I love my Debbie Gibson.
I had to zoom out because I just wanted to make sure if I caught if
Ryan
had a big
was
reaction.
she I think We're Alone Now, or was that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think We're Alone Now is Tiffany.
Tiffany.
She did she did not that song.
She did the other famous song that was famous same time as Tiffany.
It was Shake. Yeah, they were both big at the same time. She did Shake Your Love. Foolish Beat. She did everybody would know Shake Your Love.
Yeah.
This is from the 70s. Again, if I saw him in concert actually in 1989 when he came out in a big blue rhinestone shirt, and it is Neil Diamond.
Oh, nice.
This is Primitive. I love Neil Diamond.
My aunt absolutely loved Neil Diamond. She had a group of friends. They would like go all over the place to his concerts.
This is more Marie's, but I'm going to show it. Bambi soundtrack.
Oh, Oh, there you go.
There we go. So we can show some type of movies.
Norwegian death metal to Bambi. I love
Yeah.
it.
And then we're going to go hardcore again. And this is called Angel Crew. They're like a 90s hardcore.
Okay.
A nice white vinyl. And then we're going to go country and metal mix. That it's a country band that puts a metal spin to it. And it's a band called Hardy, if you've ever heard of Hardy.
Yeah.
So I had to pick that up. And then if you like some 60s kind of psychedelic kind of music, they do the song, Do You Believe in Magic? And it is The Best of the Loving Spoonful.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I love that
And
album
then,
cover.
Yeah. And then if you like a Bruce Springsteen kind of music, he's the guitarist for the E Street Band. And it is Niels Laughlin. I have 1, 2, 3. This is, and then 4 of his vinyls.
Nice.
Those last two are so 80s.
Yeah,
Solo picture, Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Album covers.
This is a live album, so again, you have to pick that up. If you like Bruce Springsteen, you'll probably like that. This is more Marie, but I'm going to show it anyway. This is because I like her too. Dolly Parton.
Oh, Dolly Parton! Look at that.
Yeah, I like. Look at that hair.
Yeah,
you got to love the hair. So had to pick that up. This is somebody that I love. Seen him in concert, and it is Lionel Richie. This is his second solo album. Have to pick that up. I have another band that I like from the 80s. Don't judge me. I have all their albums. This is the only one I was missing, and this is Culture Club's third album. So I have to pick up the Culture Club. Well, and then if
that's the only one I could ever think of.
And then if you like more like rock, soft radio, let's go radio rock. And Foreigner.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Both of their albums.
Actually,
the number 4 is their big album.
I have that one.
Yeah.
They have signed Foreigner stuff on that Premiere site right now. I think Lou Graham signing or whatever.
And then for Movies with Ryan, because he loves this music, we're going to go with Whitesnake's first album.
Oh.
That has all their hits. Still of the Night. It has all the big hits on it.
Oh, that in Still of the Night, I still remember getting the cassette of that. And when that kicked in and he's screaming at the beginning of that.
Hell yeah. So
right, Ryan, you love it.
He loves that stuff. He's like,
he'll do your response. No.
He's looking on Premiere Collectibles for the autograph version right now.
Yeah.
No. I'm staying far away from that.
Would you do Foreigner? Nope, not even Foreigner.
No.
You want to listen to Foreigner?
Foreigner, I do think I do like there are
Jukebox
songs I do like from the 80s.
Jukebox Hero is a good one.
Yeah. I'm not listening to that 80s stuff. I've got I'd have to go to therapy to unlock that section of my brain to like that.
I've already blocked that out. I don't need to bring it back in.
Here we go with some more big hair. This is the best of Dolly Parton.
Look at that.
Look at that hair right
there. There.
Yeah. That's a lot of aqua in that.
There's a lot of things holding that together.
And then this is a person that I love her music, singer-songwriter. She wrote a lot of songs for a lot of famous people like Aretha Franklin, James Taylor, The Drifters. She's the original person that wrote the song Locomotion. Not the Kylie Minogue, but the original. Yeah. And it is Carole King's Tapestry.
That's a great album.
I love this album. To me, it's a non-skipper. Marie's like, she never heard of her. She called her Carole King. And I'm like, what? I'm like, if you don't know at least the first 4 songs on this album, I'm going to throw you down the hill. And she actually started singing them. I was shocked.
There's some of the people like that where you might not be able to name who it is, but if you just play it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah, once she never heard of her, but when she started hearing the music, she knew who it was. This one is some more country for all you country folk over there. This is Lainey Wilson's new album, and this is Whirlwind Deluxe Edition. That's a nice splatter.
Oh, that's a cool. Yeah, I like the splatter on that one.
Yeah. So for all you country people, and then because how can you not have this in your collection? I know Moose Ryan will pick it up, and this is the Target exclusive of Mariah Carey's Christmas album. on red and green clear. So so you got to have that. And then if you like acapella,
I want for Christmas.
Yeah. And then if you like acapella music, for the people who like acapella, here's Pentatonic's Christmas album.
I've heard of them, but I couldn't tell you.
If you know the song Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley, they do a cover of that.
Okay.
It'll blow you away. Look it up on YouTube.
I'll look it
Pentatonic's Hallelujah.
I'll look it up.
And then, if we're going Mariah Carey and Pentatonics, you got to go with their best album. And this is Lamb of God, Ashes of the Wake.
There you go.
So you have to go Lamb of God. Some metalcore.
I love the transitions we got going on here.
And then one of Ryan's favorite bands from 1988, Guns N' Roses, Appetite
I
for
love
Destruction.
Guns N' Roses. I actually do enjoy Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
I need to pick that vinyl up. Mr. Brownstone is favorite.
Great song.
Album.
I have that album. I want to get Lies, Lies, Lies still.
Yeah.
So I don't have that one.
Get a little patience.
Yeah. I can't do the whistling, but I can do the little back and forth that he does.
And then if you're going to show all of that, we'll go to this one and we'll finish off where we started. Next one this is all local bands to me, and I've seen every single one of these bands live. And this is Boston Hardcore. It's a compilation of Boston bands. None of them really got signed. This band right here, Wrecking Crew. Yeah. The lead singer of the band is called, his name is Egwin James. He was the producer of Sons of Anarchy, the TV show.
Real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. So, and then we're going to finish after showing country and singer-songwriter and
Disco
everything
Duck.
else.
Please tell me Disco
no Disco Duck. We're going to go with a band that has been banned in so many countries because they throw real blood into the audience that people have. No, I'm talking real blood, not fake blood.
Oh, okay.
Because I've seen Gore and and it is Swedish black metal with Watain.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it either.
What?
I'm not into the throwing blood, Joe. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're
I got mad when somebody spilt their beer on my shoe, man.
Yeah, they're a Swedish death metal band. They're pretty much a satanic band, and they have goat heads and pig heads on their stage. They have real blood all over them. They throw blood onto the audience, so people started throwing up, and they've been banned everywhere.
I have heard of them. Was it Mojo back when they used to actually be good, when they had top 10 lists, like way back, like
no,
10,
you're thinking
years ago?
No, Watain I don't think was around back then. I think you're thinking of Gorgoroth when they did their live in Krakow, Poland, that they had 4 crosses with nude models on the stage, and one of them passed out. That concert footage.
They had goat heads and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's okay. Yeah, I knew there was a band that was on the list. It was like top 10 extreme death metal bands that shouldn't be or banned.
That's Gorgoroth. I have a bunch of their vinyls, but Watain is worse than them.
Okay,
I'll leave that one to you, man. I think that one I might pass on.
So I do have a question.
Go for
Joe, it. I see you do it. I've seen other people do it. I've had vinyl shipped to me. Why do you put the vinyl outside of the sleeve?
Because you
don't get seam.
I know there's a reason.
It's not even that.
For shipping, that's why I always would do that.
Every vinyl that I do, I put the clear plastic on them
too.
I do the clear pastel, and the reason you do that is especially on black albums. Zoom in.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
You get ring wear.
I gotcha.
All old vinyls, especially on black, you get ring wear because you put the vinyl inside the sleeve, and it starts wearing through it. Especially when the vinyls are all together on a shelf. You'll get it on other ones, but on black, it's super noticeable. So I always put them on the back for two reasons. A, you're not messing with the cardboard to damage it because
it's really easy to get it out.
It's easy to take it out and you can still read the back. And what I do is I have mine open on the top, but the vinyls are open on the side. So no dust gets inside the vinyl.
Okay.
So it gives it extra protection. And I just buy these. You could buy 100 of them on Amazon for like $25.
I think I did that. I opened the Swiss Army Man soundtrack I had bought, and it came like that on the outside. I was like, why the fuck did they ship it like this? And then I started seeing people. I know I just said the story. I'm sorry.
And even though, and because of sometimes when you buy a new vinyl and you pull it out and it's like almost stuck, like it's. Yeah. With these are all anti-static, so they slide in and out real easy, and it doesn't put static. Also, that dirties your.
And like some of them on not like the non-gate folds, they've got that extra little piece of cardboard where it's folded together and glued. It's hard to get them. Okay, I just wondered why people did that. So,
but I know with the shipping though too, that takes away some of that vinyl smacking around inside of it. So whether it's spines. Split or anything, it just is less knocking around against it. But I did the same thing the first time I got a couple like that. I was like, what in the world? And I look it up and started talking to some people, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start shipping things like that too. And they're like, trust me, I know it seems weird, but if you got it in there nice and snug and have it outside like that, you have less problems of people be like, hey, there's a gigantic split down the spine of this,
Yeah, because when I was younger, I never did it. What I used to do is when I bought vinyl as a kid, I just cut the plastic. I used the plastic as the protector, and then I took out the inner one and I turned it sideways and mushed it back in there because it doesn't really go in that well. Yeah. And I just used to slide the vinyl out. But a lot of my older vinyls had ring wear because of that. So now...
So do you use a certain sleeve on the actual vinyl in there that you buy secondary?
Yeah. The ones, hold on one second.
I do as well. I still need to get some more because it was crazy for a while there during the whole things going on in the 2020s, like the plastic print, like they were running out of them. You couldn't order them for a long time. A lot of those protective sleeves.
For what I buy for outers, they actually, these are the ones that I buy that they're Evos. And if you look right here, they sell a 12-inch one. The 12-inch are good for single disc, and then the 12.75s are anything that's for like 2 LPs. And then they actually sell gatefold ones that will open up for a gatefold, and you can put it on both. I don't use those. I leave my gatefolds in the 1.75s. And they fit in fine, and I put the 2 on the back. And then for the inners, what I use is, I don't have the actual cardboard for it, but it's the Hudson Hi-Fi.
Okay.
It's probably more expensive, but I know a lot of people that do the inner sleeves of the MoFi ones, the Mobile Fidelity ones.
Yeah, a lot of people that I know all use the Hudson Hi-Fi ones, and they work well.
A cool thing that I did with some of the gatefolds, I haven't done it with all of them. I just tried it out with some, but I saw a guy on YouTube do this, and I'm like, I got to try it to see if it actually works. But they have some of the outer sleeve to put everything in that has like a sealed top on it. But you take 2 of them and you turn them opposite, and you go and they seal onto themselves. You put it on each side of the gatefold when it's open, and it can open and shut, and it's completely sealed, and it's got the sleeve pocket in it that you can throw that inner sleeve with the vinyl on the back of it. So it's kind of cool. It's like completely all wrapped. I was like, well, I was like, dang it, that actually worked. But then I didn't go back and buy any more of them to do.
Yeah, I
anymore.
don't. I have. There's some albums that I have that are like 4 vinyls, and
Oh,
those
those
I
wouldn't.
have.
Yeah.
Those I have bigger bags that are sealed bags that I use for like, like I said, some of the bigger vinyl sets that I have. Some of my live albums are like 4 vinyls.
Well,
So
sometimes
because
even getting to 3, it gets
it
hard where
gets,
you need,
yeah.
you know.
Well, with threes, what I used to do, like I said, with the 1.75s, what I did was I stuck my hand and stretched it. It ripped it a couple of times. Because we have a hair dryer to take off stickers off of movies. I put a hair dryer, heat it up a little bit, and I just stretch it out,
Yeah.
and it works fine.
I think that was one of them I had to get a bigger one for. I got like one of the bigger sets of when they put back out Tom Petty's Wildflowers.
Yeah.
That one, I think the one of them I got, it's got, I don't know. I just remember I needed to get something different for that. I was like, that's a little much for the sleeves I have right now. But
Yeah.
it
But
keeps them looking nice. And
I
and it's really easy to pop out that just if you just want to pull out and listen to the vinyl, like Joe said, you're not ramming and jamming it back and forth in the
Exactly.
cardboard.
And the way I look at it is, it's how expensive vinyl is. It's similar to like a steel book. You're putting a turkey bag on it.
Yeah.
And I forgot one. Sorry.
What?
The one that everybody wanted to see.
All right, here we go.
The 7-inch Taylor Swift Record Store Day exclusive of Elizabeth Taylor and the Elizabeth Taylor So Glamorous Cabaret Edition, limited to 4,000. This is a purple splatter vinyl for all you Swifties out there.
You got a lot of the Swifty stuff this time around. Hey, if you have fun with it, enjoy it. Who cares, right?
Hey,
There's things I showed that you're just like, Corey, come on.
You guys, hey, I can never make fun of you about Led Zeppelin with everything I just showed. I pretty much touched every genre but blues and jazz on this pickup one.
I don't know why, but the thing I always think about with Taylor Swift, anytime she comes up, the picture in my mind is, I can't even remember what it was for. I think it was for maybe Beats headphones or something. It's a commercial, and she's jogging on a treadmill. And I think it was like poking fun at herself, and she's like starts getting into this like rap song, and then she just face plants and then jumps up like, I'm okay, and keeps going. And I don't know why, but I thought it was hilarious, and I think of that every single time I hear Taylor Swift. I see her dropping on the treadmill. Anyway, I don't know. Weird thought.
I was going to say, speaking of that, how movies where Ryan was talking about Rob Zombie being exhausted, because I remember seeing him as White Zombie, and he was exhausted. That was one thing that Taylor Swift did for the Eras Tour. She sang her whole entire 3.5-hour set list every week on a treadmill.
Oh,
to have her stamina so she wouldn't be out of breath with all the singing and dancing for her whole 3.5 hours.
Rob's problem was all the meth he was smoking while running around on stage.
that didn't help. That didn't help.
Not at all.
But I can see that. Then so if she's dancing around singing it, it might feel like not as big of a deal if she's used to running on a treadmill doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, she puts work into it.
I was gonna say, I've seen some documentary, a documentary on, the effort that she did for that tour. I'm just like, I wish there's some metal bands that would do stuff like that.
Well, I was just thinking Mudvayne. I love Mudvayne. And Chad Gray got way out of shape, and he's gotten back into shape since they've gotten back together, and he's like killing it again.
Yeah, because I saw them on their first, second, and fourth album. The third album, they never toured for it, but he was still good back then. But when he left Mudvayne on the hiatus and he went to Hell Yeah, and then he gained some weight, he wasn't that good. When he first came back with Mudvayne, he wasn't that good, but he sounds a lot better now. He put some effort into it.
That's cool to see.
But that first tour that he did with Cold Chamber was rough.
Well, very good. Well, I think we made it through it all. Look at that. So I'm having fun with these. We gotta maybe we'll have to figure out.
I haven't shown off my CDs yet, Corey. What do you mean?
He was ready to shut
we're
you
gonna shut it
down.
down. We're shutting it down, right? Sorry, Ryan. I forgot you had. I apologize. I thought you went through all your stuff, and I am wrong. Thank you. For
No, mine was so long. It took almost the whole stream just to go through my pickups.
All right,
as long as it did for the overrated, underrated bands.
All right, Ryan. I apologize. I did not mean to cut you off short there.
That's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I've got like 20 CDs or something here. The last one I had these ordered from Amazon. They came in after the stream, so I picked up Whole Celebrity Skin, the second album. Do they have any albums after this, Joe? Do you remember? Or did they only have the 2 albums?
They only had the 2 albums that I know of. Because I just watched the Billy Corrigan interview with Melissa and the one with Courtney Love, and they only talked about those first 2 albums. She was gonna write for a third one, but she never released it.
I didn't think so. I think she decided to go crazy, Courtney, after that, and picked up Kitty Spit. This album,
great album.
One of the best female albums of the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
I don't know that one.
And then I ordered from Polyvinyl Records, which is out of Illinois. I bought like, I think 7 new band shirts in the last month and a half, something like that. I ordered me 2 new Hum shirts, and I also picked up their repress finally of Electra 2000. This was out of print forever and hard to find, and luckily they repressed them.
Nice.
I think this was their first album, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Walmart. I picked up almost all the other Metallica stuff. They did not have Kill 'Em All at the time. This time I went back $5. Kill 'Em All. Can't beat that. Picked up Slipknot, their second album.
First album.
Their first album. Iowa was their second album.
Yeah.
I think this was only like $6. I mean, Walmart's got brand new CDs for $5.99, $6.99, whatever.
That's actually a band from my state.
Yeah. Cody was hoping they played the garage.
Picked up the vinyl. I also picked up the CD because I got to rip all the songs to the hard drive. But again, Rob Zombie. Satan. Yep. Ooh. I guess he's trying the Jonathan Davis thing because he's in the picture. He's got a skeleton microphone thing.
Well,
I would say that's becoming big because even the lead singer of Bring Me the Horizon has something similar to it.
And then they had Audio Slave, the first album. I had to pick this up. I used to have it, got rid of it. I have not found it like secondhand, and I think this was $7.99, so you can't beat that.
I have that on one of my wish lists on Amazon to wait for a sale for the vinyl.
Half Price Books. Have either one of you ordered from Half Price Books before?
No.
Yeah.
I've gone to one. I've gone to one.
Well, if you go to their hpb.com, you can buy. They've got everything they have in store online, and whatever store has it, you purchase it, and they'll mail it to you. Mm-hmm. I think it's like $3.99 flat for wherever it comes from. But I ordered a couple CDs off there. This first one I paid $4.99 for. This is like a $35 plus eBay CD, but it's MF Doom live from Planet X. This is a whole live concert from him. Nice. CD case is worse for wear. It's got cracks in the back and all that, but the CD, I mean, completely flawless, no scratches or anything like that. So couldn't pass that up for $4. I've been looking for this for a while, and I did not want to pay $30+ for it. After the last one, Joe reminded me of this soundtrack. I got Strangeland. I think this was only $3. Of course, it's got
great
a giant
soundtrack
crack across it. This has snot on it.
Yep.
Let's see who else on here. D. Snyder, Seven Dust, Megadeth, Pantera, Anthrax, Snot, Day in the Life, Cold Chamber, Bile, Marilyn Manson, Soulfly, Head PE, another band that should have been like even bigger. Kid Rock, The Clay People, System of a Down, Nashville Ussy, Crisis, and Twisted Sister.
I love
great
Crisis.
soundtrack.
That was the D. Snyder movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember you guys.
Yep.
That discussion. But
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was it. I still need to check that out. I remember you talking about
Yep.
it.
Strangeland.
Yeah.
Captain Howdy. And then this band I loved in the 90s. I met them in 2000. This CD's been out of print. I think it's like $20-$30 on Amazon and all that, secondary sellers, but I got it for like $5. But it's Cottonmouth Kings.
Yeah.
Royal Highness, their first CD. California weed band rappers.
Mm-hmm.
They had like 2 good albums. Like the first 2 albums were really good. Then the band broke up because they're stoners and kind of split off. And they've had a bunch of albums since then, but never as good as this album. I actually went to the first gathering of the Juggalos. I used to be a Juggalo. I used to listen to ICP. They were at the first one. They played the Saturday night, and I went through line, got to meet them. They like autographed my shirt. After the whole first day was over, me and my buddies went, and we stopped at a Frisch's Big Boy. It was up in Novi, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 2 a.m, and we're sitting there, and this dude comes walking in. I'm like, he had face paint on. I was like, oh, cool. It's somebody from the concert. I'm like, wait a minute. That's the tax man from Corporate Avenger, which was another band. And then sure enough, here comes Pakalika, D-Loke, and Saint walks in right behind that dude. And then the other 2 guys from Corporate Avenger walks in. So it's like 7 band members come out and sit right next to him. He's like, oh man, I signed your shirt. And we sat there and talked to him for like 2 hours. It's like 4 in the morning. And then the second day of the gathering started at like 8. So we're like up until 4 in the morning talking to like Cottonmouth Kings and Corporate Avenger. It was pretty cool. But we got a new vendor mall, and I went and bought some stuff and then went back and bought more stuff. And this guy's got a booth at other places I've been to before. He's really good about his CDs. Like he grades them like 3, 4, 5 if they're good. If they're a little bit worse off, he doesn't have them in a plastic case, which is fine because he sells the cases for 10 cents each. So I buy just a bunch of empty cases. But I picked up on the first one, the Pogues Rum Sodomy of the Lash, which Pogues are a Scottish-Irish band, all that kind of music. POD, this is their first album, isn't it? The Fundamentals?
It's their first album.
Yeah, the first album. Again, used to have it, picked it up. I think this was $5, which I'm fine with paying a good, clean, no scratches, clean case, clean innards. $5 is good. Again, another one that I got rid of, Fuel, Sunburn.
I have that one.
Great album. I didn't know this existed. I thought I had all the Everclear CDs, but Motion and Dreams, I picked it up.
I've never even seen that one.
Love Everclear. I don't even know when this came out. 2000 and was that 11? I can't. 2000. I don't know. I've always loved Everclear, but they pretty much I'm assuming after this album just completely stopped making albums, and then Art went on his solo trip. But I know they do play like shows still.
Mm-hmm.
And then thanks to Corey, I've been looking out for these. Picked up 7 Mary 3 Orange Avenue.
Oh, there you
and
go.
I just so happen to have an orange case here in the house, so it's in an actual orange case.
Nice.
With an orange innard. But yeah, I really like this. I don't know if you've heard this, Corey, but it's just as good as American Standard.
I have. I don't have it, but I have heard it. Streaming it, but not. I don't own it, but
yeah. But this was one of the ones that didn't have the case, and he only charges $250 for it. It's got the innards and the disc for $250, so you can't pass that up. And like I said,
that's a pretty good deal.
Got cases for days, but that was really good. And then I went back Monday or Tuesday, I forget when it was. And there was another booth that had sleeved, no case, no innards or anything, but I picked them up anyway. I'm pretty sure this is the one that has Sex and Candy on it, but it's Marcy Playground.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it does. I just picked it up because I like that song. This I really wish I had the innards for and all that, but it's Run DMC's Greatest Hits.
Nice.
And then I had to pick this up because I love this song. OMC, How Bizarre.
How Bizarre.
I don't know if this is the single or if this is the album, because I don't remember if the album was named How Bizarre, but yeah, I like that song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back to the other booth that I showed the first ones on and bought a bunch of stuff. Jay-Z, the Black Album. I don't necessarily like Jay-Z, but this has got Dirt Off Your Shoulders and 99 Problems.
Yeah.
And I want those two songs, and I've paid $2 for it, so can't pass that up. That's one thing I do like about CDs. For the most part, you can buy them super dirt cheap for secondary market.
Yeah.
I bought this just because I know the band name, and I think I owned their first album when they first came out, and I got rid of it. But it's the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
I remember them.
And then this is Showtime Blues. I know I think there's a song on here I've heard, but I don't know. I haven't listened to this
The only
yet,
song I ever heard from them is I think it's called Maps.
Oh yeah. I know that one.
That's the only one I know.
Yeah. That is actually, you know what? That is the song I was thinking of. It is not on here, but that's fine. I paid $2 for it, so I have it now. I know this band has a song on this CD. I can't figure out which one it is, so YouTube may be able to help me. Tonic Lemonade Parade.
Yeah.
That has if you can only see.
Okay, yes, it's the third song on here. If you can only see
me.
Yeah, I have that on. Now that's what I call '90s vinyl.
Oh yeah,
that song is on it.
I can see that.
So I have that. Another band I really haven't cared for this band, but this is album 1 of the greatest hits, 1991 to 2001, the Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh yeah.
So this has got Brian Wilson, 1 Week, and If I Had $1 Million, and I'm sure there's probably another song on there, but it's got a couple of the greatest hits that I wanted on there. This is a CD I've never owned. I've always wanted to own it, and I heard the song on the radio like the day before, and I seen this. I was like, "Yeah, I'm picking up Soul Asylum, Gravediggers Union,
Great
Runaway Train, isn't that on?
Yeah, somebody to
Black
shove,
and Gold.
Runaway Train,
yeah, Black Gold,
yeah. So I had to pick that up, and then finally I picked up PLD's second album. That's got
I got Boom.
Yeah, Boom, and is it Southtown?
Satellite.
Or
no,
Satellite.
Southtown's on their first album.
Yeah, the first one. That's right. Yeah, Satellite. And then POD's one of those bands, like when I first bought these two albums back in the 90s, early 2000s, I only ever listened to like the main radio songs.
Yeah.
And then now I went back and listened to their songs, and I like a Bullet in the Blue Sky off their first albums are like really good.
The cover. The song that I like off their first album, I think it's Song 6. And I'm trying to remember what the name of it is off their first album. The drums on it. I have it on a as I call it, my drum playlist of songs that have really good drum sounds to it. And the 6th song on that album, Lie Down. Oh my God, that song is so good.
Yeah.
I love that.
South I really love that, but so 2 PODs. Gotta love that. I'm actually Saturday. I'm taking my son out. We're going to go to a bunch of vendor malls we haven't been to a while, and then I found out there's 2 new vintage toy stores that also have music and all that there. We're going to go and hit those up too.
Nice.
That's it. That's all I picked up.
All right. Well, you guys knocked it out of the park, man. I just came in with my 4, and I can just hear,
I didn't have many.
It's way more than I did, but it's kind of fun. I just keep on hearing thunder and rain pouring, so it sounds like it's a beautiful night out around here. But before we wrap it up, do y'all have anything coming up you want to shout out or anything?
Nope.
I had a video come out yesterday that it's whatever. I bought some pre-order stuff, and I think at the beginning of May, sometime it's the first Monday in May, maybe. I'll be over on Mike's channel, Mega Mike the Movie Man. I'm going to be doing a superhero cage match battle with Dell from Dell on Movies.
Yeah.
And he's going to wipe the floor with me. So can't wait for that.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at, I got some things next week coming up, but tomorrow I'll do my lunch break cinema. So I'll just be hanging out and just kind of random. We'll see what all get to chat about, but just kind of a good way to hang out and catch up with everybody in the chat. So
I listen to that on my hour and 15-minute drive back to the shop every time.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, it gives me something to do because there's where I'm driving from and to the radio stations. It's like in between the two big cities. There's not really like a good radio station, so it kind of like. No, that's not the only reason I'm listening to you, Corey. But it's like there's nothing really on, and you come on that perfect time when I'm always driving back. So it's like I just listen to it.
There you go. I got to stick with that time now. Then. But no, I'll just say that, and I'll remind everybody, links are in the description for both Joe and Ryan. I'll say everybody that's been hanging out with us tonight, thank you so much. We've had a great crowd hanging out with us for a very long time, almost pushing 3 hours now. So with that being said, thank you very much, both of you, for hanging out again. We'll
always
have to do it again.
Always. Yep.
Yeah.
So all right, everybody in chat. Love you all. We're gonna get going. I think we're all probably ready for bed by about this point. So.
Oh yeah.
But
I just got to be up in 5 hours. I think Joe does too.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up for tonight. Oh gosh, then we'll wrap it up. So. All right, we'll wrap it up. Like I said, see y'all. Thank you.